Did you miss us? Because we missed you. Welcome back to Fate's End, a homebrew Dungeons and Dragons game driven by fate. I will be your tale weaver for the evening. Let's get into our announcements first. Guys, look at this follower bar! Sorry, that was really a squeaky response there, but look at the follower bar! We are at 490 of our 500 goal. We are so close. Gosh, I'm amazed of how fast we're approaching 500. But yes, but once we reach, just a reminder, once we reach 500, we are going to let you all vote on the next theme of our charity live stream one-shot. We've got a couple different options in. We're thinking maybe Regency for you Bridgerton fans out there, which is I want to do the Regency. Yes, Madam Pumpernickel. Maybe, I don't know. I just threw that out there.
I like it.
I mean, with the Bridgerton, they had some pretty crazy names, so that seems appropriate. Then we have Labyrinth and Sailor Moon we're considering, and Neverland and Alice in Wonderland, Cyberpunk maybe. We're gonna have a lot to vote on, and I think we might even, I wasn't talking to Daniel about this. I was thinking about this. I came up with this idea today. We might do like bracketing, like March Madness, and see what one shot we end up doing from there, because that might be a lot of fun to do. But yes, and it seems appropriate because, it's March. So it kind of works, right? I still don't know what March Madness is. I know it's about basketball. That's about it. But that's about the extent of my knowledge on that. We want to shout out Tabletop Audio for the ambiance and music in the episode tonight. All of the audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games. But please consider supporting Tim on Patreon so he can continue to make amazing sound sets. We currently support him, and we encourage you to do so as well. We'll put a link to his website in chat so you can check him out. I'll let Daniel do that. I know we have a couple other announcements here. Well, shout out to our partners. Wanderlily Dice, of course, one of our partners is, they make small handmade dice, and they are located here in Huntsville, Alabama. They make sharp edge dice jewelry, and other adventure items all by hand. They also make hand-stamped leather journals and handmade resin pens, and you can find their shop at wanderlilydice.com. So be sure to use the code INK and Lyre10 to get 10% off your order. And they have a huge spring cleaning sale that's going on right now. Everything is 45% off. Everything until today. Today is the last day. The discount should be automatically applied at checkout, so visit their store now. Today is the last day for their sale. And it is March 1st, which means our next partner shout out is Nine Realms. So, again, it is March 1st. We all wore green in celebrations. Like the cameras don't capture some of it. Like Daniel's shirt looks really gray. Obviously, Brandon's is perfect because he's a floating head and arms behind his green screen. But it is March 1st. Which means it is our monthly Nine Realms Gaming giveaway. It also means it's March. The month of luck. The month of my birthday. And that is right, I'm going to be 30 years old this month. And I don't want that. No, not ready for that. Not ready at all. But that's why I asked myself here if Sir Charms, I know that name sounds odd to you all, or as many people refer to him as Lucky, truly lost his lucky charms. Yes, you know who I speak of. Lucky, the mascot of Lucky Charms. What would that look like? And if Lucky was played by Liam Neeson, what would that look like? So tonight we present Lucky Harms, Taken Edition. In a world where cereal sweetness is a cover-up for Leprechaun Enterprises' covert operations, One mascot can't escape his fate, always running, always pursued. But this time, there's no hiding.
My God, after all this time, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. I hear them day and night. They whisper to me, always there, always watching.
Hearts,
We shall consume.
stars,
We shall blot out the heavens.
horseshoes.
We have a strange fixation with horse feet.
What are you gonna do, Lucky? You're nothing but sugar-coated cardboard without your jaw.
No, Tom. Tucanicus amicus. I've always known. You think I don't know? I see my reflection in the buckles of my shoes every day, and I see it.
The charms are gone, and there's only one leprechaun magical enough to say, "Luck it all," starring Bian Veesen as Lucky.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for a ransom, I can tell you, I don't have any money. Just a lot of marshmallows. But what I do have are a very particular set of tabletop RPG accessories by Nine Realms Gaming. Accessories made from the finest wood that this realm has to offer. Accessories that will charm the clovers out of your cereal milk. If you let my charms go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Hoovers,
Because plans.
blue moons,
To save 10% off your purchase with the code LYRE10.
and tasty red balloons.
Because the blood of our enemies is hard to wash out.
One leprechaun is pushed to his limits. One leprechaun faces those that have chased him for years in one battle to the death. Will Lucky face a spoonful of soggy disappointment? Or will he finally take a crunch out of crime?
It all comes down to this. You, me, and the charms. So tell me, what are you always after now, punks?
Oh God, no!
Oh God, no! He's, dare we say,
it? Magically malicious!
Breakfast is about to get frosted. Lucky Harms coming this summer, but also Nine Realms Gaming. Grab one of their awesome tabletop gaming accessories today.
Magically delicious.
They're magically delicious. Ooh, okay. Thank you for the nat 20s and the sad cabbage faces. I'm trying to hold it together over here. Woo! All right, so that was our partner, Nine Realms Gaming. Thank you, Nine Realms. Some more announcements real quick. Remember, our Discord is available to all our community members. That's Command Discord. So come join us, hang out with the crazy cast and crew that we are in our humble little community. Yes, Snunk is wearing green too. Our giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open our giveaway again. We are giving away this Babinga Dice Vaults. And I'm going to open that up. You have to be, now make sure you have to be a follower to enter. I think that's it. I think that's the only qualification. And I'm going to start it, and you'll use Command Loot to enter, which is !loot. And I think it's loading. It's loading. Maybe it started. Oh, there it is. It's going. For some reason, it's hung up on my end. but I think it's going. I'm going to refresh the page just to make sure, because I want you guys to be able to enter. I want to make sure you guys are able to enter.
I can see it.
As can I.
I can see it too.
Okay. I wanted to make sure it came up on my end, because there is a little bit of a hookup here. All right. Big news. We have a couple more announcements. Big news. I'm very excited about this. I think we've been mentioning, we announced it, Daniel announced it Wednesday, and I don't know if everyone in chat now has heard about it, but we're gonna be sharing that today and tomorrow. But big news, this Wednesday, we are launching our new Curse of Strahd mini campaign series on Iron Valor. So make sure to join us Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for the launch of that campaign. Raina and I are going to be playing in that campaign, and Daniel is going to be DMing that. So lots of fun. Raina is playing somebody named Coyote Ranchwater, who she's told us a little bit about, and we're so excited.
I'm very excited for everyone to meet Coyote.
It's gonna be very, very goofy and fun, but very exciting. And now we wanted to show you all the trailer for that campaign. So check this out. we are back. So that is our Curse of Strahd trailer. If you have played or have heard a lot about Curse of Strahd, you may have noticed some very iconic locations pop up on the screen during that trailer. So very, very exciting. If you enjoy our show, please consider supporting us with a sub or use that free Twitch Prime sub. You get access to all of our exclusive emotes and all of our WODs. Lots of WODs, yes.
No.
VODs. Oh, is that like is that something?
Not. Whatever it is, it's not.
Okay, if I just said something dirty, I didn't know it was dirty, and I don't know what it is. So I apologize. I don't know. I really don't. Like, the innocence, like, look, I have no clue. Why? If I knew, why would I have said that? Everything's fine. It's great. I hope that, I don't know what that, y'all are going to tell me later, and I'm just
That's our next trailer idea.
Oh my god, I don't know what I said.
It's a workout of the day.
Oh, jeezums. Anyway, support us if you enjoy our content. That being said, the time has come. Let us draw our cards for tonight's episode of Fates, and yay! Intro. All right. Thank you so much, Literal Nick, for the kind words. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. So, coming back into our session, let's do our recap. Before I get in too much to our recap, let me just get us back in here with since we're in the fuzzy navel and y'all are drunk, gotta make sure you guys have that beautiful background music to comfort you. So, with our recap. It's fine. So, with our recap, we jumped back in last session as Esperise celebrated her victory in the Den of Honor. A fan in the audience asked if she would sign his arm, so to speak. Sign his arm. The group delivered their letter from Brielle to Lord Kareviss Goldlight, the main individual in charge of the Vaults of Slumbering, and were instructed that a meeting would be set the next day in the afternoon. The party then visited the Amethyst Garden and learned more about the lore of this city. The group then went to pick up their custom clothes from Tenacity Textiles, as well as purchase some items with their new party funds. Then they made their way to the Earthen Basin, per Esperise's desire and request for winning. They then experienced a full treatment spa, the muscle treatment not being quite what they expected, but delivering some pretty reinvigorating results. I said it right that time. Soaking in the mud pools, they were approached by the red-haired stranger they saw in the crowd at the Den of Honor. Adeline Solstice was her name, and she shared that she was the captain of a ship, looking for crew members to join with her to investigate the mysterious storm to the southeast of the Aurorian continent. Leaving the spa, the group then returned to the Fuzzy Navel to bask in Esperise's victory. The revelry led them all to drinking too much, and we'll say fantasy beer pong was invented that evening. We all return to you now as you are drinking and celebrating Esperise's big win. So you have a moment here to converse.
Esperise just went to bed.
Did everyone go to bed?
Luden was... Luden's in the room by himself, just has the spins. Very drunk.
Finn got let
Urimir
off
went
by
out.
Prayer.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Finn got let off by Prayaria, so
Yeah. Esperise just finished off a conversation with Samson, and then seeing that nobody else was left at the bar, wandered upstairs to go to bed.
Okay.
I made a stop by Fantasy Starbucks and then went to go find Urimir.
Urimir went to the, he's in the Vardo changing. He has a disguise kit and stuff. And he's
All right.
putting
So you
on
guys want to
makeup.
have a moment here while I try to fix the music?
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
I'll go find. I'm gonna get my latte and then go find Urimir, and I'll just seeing the lights are on there and there's movement inside. I'll knock first. Just.
Who is it?
It's me, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Come on in.
I open the door. Why are you talking like that?
Now, upon entering, you will see like a lot. The Vardo looks a mess, and there's a bunch of different clothes and outfits and stuff, kind of just strewn about. You see.
I real quick, I do want to let you guys know it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That is okay.
Okay.
That's
Just
why
wanna
I'm
make
in
sure.
bed.
You will see the potion of manly murmurs has been, there's like a fourth of it left. What are the bottles? He's drank most of it, and you see Urimir looking quite spiffy for Urimir, obviously. He's got on a very nice top hat with a golden belt buckle in the middle of it. His hair is actually like done up, and so the hat kind of hides it, you know. He turns and he looks at you, and he has this nice robust beard and mustache that are black just like his eyes. He's got a nice button down long sleeve shirt and a trench coat, a nice pair of trousers and some fancy boots that actually match. His middle arm has been removed, and his trench coat has been folded nicely and pinned to the back over his right elbow. And he's currently putting a bunch of items into a very large trunk.
Urimir, you look amazing.
Oh, Samson, I'm not Urimir. My name is Aurelius Truco, magic extraordinaire.
Love it. Aurelius.
Aurelius, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? Haha, I love it. Okay. That's what? I didn't even know you could do this. What did you pick up this fine skill? I guess.
Oh, I told you back home we used to scam people all the time. Of course, I couldn't do it as my normal self, so I had to come up with different alter egos and things of that nature. You know, traveling salesmen, carnies, that sort of thing. And tonight, you are going to be my assistant.
Love it. Love it. I'm here for this. I use disguise self, and I turn to Stuart.
Perfect.
So I'm turning into like just a warforged, right? With like blue eyes and just all metal all throughout. Probably a foot taller than Samson is. He's a big warforged creature.
Big warforged.
It's like, yes, let's scam these fools.
Excellent. So here's what I have, and he'll go into his trunk. And first he'll pull out a little 6-sided die. He'll say, "You gamble, right?"
Obviously.
He'll hand you the die. And he'll say, "Now, think of a number and roll it."
I think of 7 and throw it.
Now, why would you? The dice lands on 7. It's amazing.
It just lands on the edge.
Yeah. It lands like it lands like on its side in between like 6 and 1. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes, that is. And he'll look around. He'll close all of the curtains to the Vardo. He says, "That's my friend. It's a charlatan's die."
Yes, fantastic.
And then he'll go back into his trunk. And he'll pull out one of Luden's arrows. Say, "Don't ask how I got this." And he'll hand it to you. He'll say, "Now,
all right,
break it."
I break it. Just snap it over my knee.
And it does not snap.
It hurts a lot. Ah!
Says, "What's the matter?"
I'm not sure. There's no way to know.
Well, it's just an arrow.
Again. I got a feeling you're lying to me again. Much like the die. Is this a charlatan's arrow?
It is indeed. It's an unbreakable arrow. See, I've rigged it to become completely immune to any breaks, any tears, anything like that.
I like how these things are going together. How do we make them all... What are we going to do to scam these folks? How does this work?
Oh, well...
We have all the tools, but what is the plan?
The plan is we find some of the strongest, perhaps drunkest, most prideful people in town. Those are always the easiest marks to see.
I think that's all of them here in Dick Brand.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but yes. Yes, and I have a feeling that they won't be able to resist the challenge.
Love it. Where should we go? Probably not here. Luden will be mad.
No, of course not. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do that to the people in the fuzzy navel. They're good folks. But I'm sure there are other places, wherever the locals drink.
Should we look like locals then? Or will it be better if out-of-towners show them up?
That would be pretty funny.
I love it. Here we go.
And we might make a little gold off of it as well.
Let's go.
All right. So yeah,
as we're walking, going to find this bar, I'm like, did you tell Esperis this was a date?
I might have mentioned it.
I know it. Know it. Well, we had to tell us something, right?
Yeah. What did you want me to say that Samson and I were going out scamming with Samson?
This is true. These are things we could not share. Wise of you, man.
Well, this isn't my first time. So we go out and we go looking for a bar that's not the Fuzzy Maiden.
Which would be the Stone Ox.
Stone Ox, yes.
So on your way to that, let me cut back to Finnalai for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Finnalai, as your head just swirls around in the inebriation of this evening, and you return to your room, you catch yourself on the doorframe. The others begin to shuffle. Urimir and Samson leaving. Esperis, I'm guessing, maybe passed out on the bed already.
Fully passed out across the bed. Like, good luck if we're sharing one.
Luden left to go into his room. Praeria, are you passed out on one of the beds as well?
Not yet. I think she's just kind of...
Are you babysitting everyone else, making sure?
Oh no, she's not responsible in the least. She's she's having a think. She's just kind of wandering around, looking at things, looking at plants where she can find them.
Okay, so Praeria's doing that, looking for plants and just kind of perusing and promenading.
I do want to say, even when Esperis is totally passed out, it's like Renaissance painting. She's doing like this kind of thing. Like it's very oil painting across the bed.
Just arm.
The dress is
But she
artfully
is very,
splayed.
yeah.
So you enter this room and see that, and you hear a voice in your head. Finnalai, the anger, hurt, and disappointment you have brought this is beyond measure. Whatever brought you to leave is nothing short of foolish. Come home now. Finnalai, you are drunk, and you have 25 words you may use to respond to your mother.
Oh, 25 words. Okay.
You guys want to count?
Okay. Oh my god. You don't know where I am. You can't make me come home. I'm doing just fine out here, and you don't have to worry about anything. And don't contact me again, please.
She doesn't hear that part, of course. She responds, "You have embarrassed this family enough. Our line may be excommunicated by the elders, no longer worthy of the Cronais. Have you thought about that?"
That's not on me. It's not my fault. No one even cares that I'm gone. Okay, so just it'll be fine. You'll be okay. Don't put this on me.
She responds once more.
Your mom has a lot of third-level spell slots, Finn. Pretty good.
He's very strong.
She's very old.
These are her 5th level slots.
She'll send one more. Your duty is to us and to Vera. Come home now or condemn your brother and your family. I love you, Finnalai.
I can't. And he'll just kind of rush forward and like throw himself on the bed and grab a pillow and like shove it over his head. Oh, how did she get inside my... No. I need to go to sleep. I'm just hearing things. I'm just drunk. That must be what it is.
And we will go back to Urimir and Samson.
Oh, yes. Is this the bar we spoke of?
You approach the stone ox, and you definitely see a variety of dwarves going in and out. It's definitely the more local place to go for people who live here. The stone building is not quite as large as the Fuzzy Navel, and you can see all kinds of dwarves going in and out, of course. Upon entering, there is a completely different atmosphere. Although there are plenty of dwarves smiling and socializing and enjoying themselves, this tavern doesn't have the same vibe of overflowing laughter and celebration as the Fuzzy Navel. There certainly aren't any sparkling shots on the table, bubbling up and being downed by patrons. Nothing but pure dwarven ale here and a series of kegs that line the wall behind the bar.
So, Stuart, why don't you go and see if you can get a dice game started, and I'll go and set up my little trick.
I will take the charlatan dice, and I'll give Aurelius a conspiratory look, wink, and leave to go find a dice game against some dwarves who look gullible.
Who look gullible?
Yeah, some gullible dwarves. You know how they're just around.
Make an investigation check.
Want some dwarves full of youthful naivete.
Yeah, that's
Naivete.
Or just full of
Naivete.
ale.
Yeah, because I totally logged into the forge.
You
I should have
didn't.
done that.
Oh.
Roll a d20 if you don't mind.
Automatic
You want me to
failure.
roll it? You want me to roll it for you? I'll roll it.
Yeah. You can roll it for me. Plus
Okay.
6.
That is a 14 plus 6, so dirty
natural
20.
dirty 20.
Not a natural
Fantastic.
20?
Natural 20.
No.
Naturally dirty 20.
Naturally dirty.
You kind of peruse the room for about 60 seconds, and you see a small group of dwarves that seem to have been drinking quite heavily. They're so much so that the bartenders and the barmaids can't keep up. So there are empty mugs just littered all over the table, and they can't keep up with exchanging out the empties for the newies.
Hello, boys. Fancy a game of dice?
Fancy an ale?
Yes, of course. I sit down and start passing out dice. I keep the charlatan dice for myself.
What's this?
It's down dice. You know how to play.
It depends.
On what? So no. All right then. I thought that These are called numbers. They're on the sides of the dice.
I know what a number is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a dwarf. My mistake. Perhaps a game of dice will be in order then.
He just he glares at you.
I drink some ale.
Are you just coming over here to insult us all?
Oh, I thought we'd play some dice. That was the premise of my statement.
But how you play?
I'm not sure.
Then why'd
You
you bring
play-
the dice over here?
You know how to play Lyre's dice.
Of course I do, but Lauren doesn't remember.
Wait, I think we're just playing.
Oh, we're
I
just
don't
playing?
really-
Okay,
Yeah, I don't-
we're not actually gonna play. Okay.
I think we're just playing.
Of course I know how to play. Let me show. I just switched to like a Bostonian, I think, a little bit. Let me tell
Yes,
you
and-
something, Sonny.
And Stuart will obviously cheat the entire time.
Make a sleight of hand check.
12
Oh,
plus
that's fine. That's
3.
fine.
15.
Without even your modifiers, that's fine.
Things are going. I message Aurelius. I say things are going well over here. How's it over there?
He all of a
Fantastic,
sudden
you're a
has a
natural.
Captain American accent when he messages you.
So Aurelius will walk in with his chest puffed out, lots of bravado, dragging his trunk behind him. He'll be like, "Ladies and gentlemen," says, "dwarves of all different kinds. How about a feat of strength?" Says,
They all, like almost every single person, every single dwarf in this bar stands up, and like the one that's sitting next to you, Daniel, just begins cracking his knuckles, and he's like, "Ow, that hurt. Sorry." God.
What?
Ow.
Now the dwarf says
Why do
that.
men do that?
Oh.
Why do men do that? That hurts. And yeah, he's just like, hooah!
Ah, yes, strong man here. You should go play. Yes.
Says,
Who's man enough? He kind of burps a little bit. To take on the great Boris.
the great Boris, excellent. Our first
Yeah.
contestant.
I get him a
Step right.
pat on the. I get him a pat on the back, send him over.
He just kind of like, kroom, 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 kroom. All right. How's this game played?
All right. Says, well, there is a pot of 10 gold pieces that I have. He says, it's 2 silver to play. All you have to do, and he will produce the unbreakable arrow. He'll say, is show us how strong you are. He says,
Oh, are you joking?
oh,
This
not
is
at all.
too easy.
And he'll pull the arrow back and he'll say 2 gold pieces, please, sir. He'll like hold up, like put out a bag or something and put the money in.
He gives you the 2 gold pieces.
He'll say, now, glory to the strong, my friend. All
Glory
you have
to
to
the
do-
strong. He burps a little bit.
He says, we'll start off with something easy. How about you break this arrow?
He takes the arrow and he just kind of waves it around at everybody in the audience, and they just kind of like this murmur of laughter, and you kind of hear some of the other like people sitting at the tables just kind of whispering to one another, and they're like, "Is he kidding me? He's gonna break that in a like a toothpick." And Boris takes his 2 fingers and attempts to do it with 2 fingers to show off, and he's like, Then he takes 2 more fingers on each side with his thumb and begins to like press down, and he still can't break it. And he just kind of looks at the others, and there are maybe 1 or 2 people who kind of sit up in their seat and watch a little closer. And then he takes his fist, and he takes another fist, and he and he just kind of looks at it like now more people are sitting up, and they're like, they begin to kind of whisper to one another, and the bartender, he's stopped what he's doing, and now he is paying attention to what's happening, very curious as to what's going on. And Barish just kind of like, you know, stances 2 feet further apart, and then he begins to, like, you see like the veins in his muscles as he's like trying, and he's trying not to grit his teeth and to like strain his facial muscles, and he's really putting everything he can behind it. And like,
come on, Boris. Glory to the strong.
Face is turning red, and he just looks at you, and he goes over to like brace himself against like the chair, and he hunkers down on it even harder, and he just like a rhinoceros that just ran a mile, and he's just huffing and puffing and
before he gets a chance to say anything else, Aurelius will go and like slip the arrow out from him and say, perhaps our friend Boris here has just had one too many, yes?
I will use prestidigitation to make some music and go.
wah, wah, wah.
He says, well, quite a good show. Would anyone else like to give it a try? Just
and he's like,
break the arrow.
No, I won't try again. And then it's like one of his other drunk friends comes up, and he's like, all right, boys, we both know that you're the weakest toothpick here. And he just kind of like hobbles up and swaying side to side. I was like, all right, give me. He's joking. No, give it on to me. And he like tosses you 2 more gold.
Ah, yes. Now this looks like a dwarf that's worth his salt. Here, give it a try.
And he grabs
While all this is happening, I'm pickpocketing the other people at my table.
Give me.
Just grab their gold.
All right, give me 3 sleight of hand checks.
3?
Yes, just to see how much money you get. They're drunk as skunks, like. You got a nat 20?
Natural 20, a 18, and a 12.
We'll say that you get 30 gold from pickpocketing with that nat 20.
Yes.
With that nat 20.
They're distracted.
Yeah, they're just all sitting up on their seats and like kind of like on the edge of them, and their coin purses are just kind of hanging behind them a little bit as their belt has gotten a little bit shifted to the side from drinking so much.
I'll take 10 of that gold and buy a round for the entire bar, so everyone gets more drunk.
Okay, you do so. And then this guy comes up and he's like, let me show you what real glory and strength looks like. And he hunkers down, and the same thing happens. And everyone in the bar is just like talking and like what is going, like what? This wicked like witchcraft arrow. And this probably goes on. We'll say that this goes on for 20 minutes or so before somebody's like, all right, let's see if it's magical, and until somebody says that, and those words come out.
As soon as I hear that, I run up and say, let's try one time.
So at this point, you probably made like 16 gold.
Okay.
I said, perhaps it just takes someone who's made of sterner stuff. Perhaps a middleman. And then I went forward.
Everyone in the bar is like, oh yeah, right. Look at you. You don't even have any muscles.
I just hydraulics.
And Aurelius,
you're wasting your time. And like,
thaumaturgy steam come out.
now, everyone deserves a shot. Everyone deserves a shot. My good man, come. Let's see if you can break this arrow. And as I hand it over to Stuart, I will remove the infusion from the arrow.
I'll pay my 2 gold or 2 silver or whatever it was. And then I will make a grand show of breaking this arrow. Like, just all the muscles that I can. I'll just, like, fake it really hard. Like, hold it above my head for a minute, just like, stretch it out and pull it down. And then I, like, put it against the table for a second, like, act like I'm just, like, shaking before I just break it.
When you break it, everyone, like, because while you're trying to break it, everyone's like, look, he's struggling. He thinks he knows it, but he doesn't. He doesn't know anything. There's no one stronger than a dwarf of the mountain of Digbrand. They're all just kind of like walloping and talking between themselves. And then you break it. And then everyone just goes dead silent, and somewhere within the bar, like a glass breaks and drops. Like,
I throw the arrows down. I stick one of them in the floor, just like sticks in right there. And then I just like raise my hands in victory. Yes, Stuart is the best. And I go,
ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Wow, what's your name, sir?
Stuart, I am amazing. I grab the pot that has all the gold in it and raise it up to everyone. Show them my winnings.
Everyone is just dead ass silent.
Everyone else. It's like, oh, I can't believe it. He actually did it. Well, it's not every day that Aurelius gets shown up, but a deal's a deal. The gold is yours, my friend.
Around for everyone in here, yes, for the victory.
As you like raise your glass and like you buy everyone around.
I raise the pot. Yes.
You raise the pot.
The whole pot
like there, you can definitely see in the crowd the people that did try, like, are sore about it. Like they're bad sports and they're very sore. And the people that didn't get to try it just enjoyed the show, honestly, and that you're offering free ale. There's a majority of people in here that are getting free ale that have tried it, so there are more like, yeah, glory to the strong, as mugs of ale are handed out to everyone, and the sore losers just kind of glare at you, Stuart.
Yes, let them gawk. I'm amazing.
And Aurelius will like stand up on a chair or something. He's like, well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aurelius Truco, and I'm here all week. Perhaps I will return, and we can see who else can join Stuart in the ranks of the strong. Glory to the strong, my friends.
Glory to the strong. Some people down their ales.
We get the hell out of there.
I pretend I go back to my table and I pretend to play dice for another 15 minutes before I leave.
Smart. You make an additional 2 gold.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
How much did we?
You made like 30. I think you said like 15 from the pot, and like 45 gold.
How much did we make in the pot?
16 was in the pot.
16. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I tipped 15 gold pieces to the bartender and to buy drinks. So that's an additional.
So you give back the money you stole, roughly?
No, absolutely
that's
not.
That's not how this works.
Well, you got 16, and you
we
bought 15.
we netted 33 gold.
All right.
I found Aurelius the Wise outside of the
Aurelius the Wise.
I find him and share in the spoils. We count it all up.
Wonderful.
Wonderful show, Stuart.
Well done, Master Aurelius. Now what do we do with it?
Whatever we want.
What with our 33 gold? Should we buy donuts for everyone when we get home? It's almost morning.
Maybe we'll get drinks for everyone at the Fuzzy Navel.
A wise man always buys his friends drinks.
Yes, I'm sure our old pal Vigor would enjoy it as well.
gonna add the 33 gold to our pile of like 1,500. So it's like a
Okay.
giant bag of holding that we add our 33 gold to it.
And you guys make your way.
I make a show of this actually. We have 1,800 gold pieces and we spent 3 hours robbing these people. I make a show of adding it.
The wiser.
I make a show of adding it to our massive piles of gold that we've stolen from these poor dwarves.
You know, Samson, I'm starting to think we need to go bigger with this.
That's the lesson.
Yes. You're wise to say so, Aurelius. Go big or go home. We should target those with more money.
Yes.
On the morrow, then.
On the morrow.
All right.
Back at the inn, was Finn's Sturm and Drang and emotions loud enough to wake me up, or am I still out?
Well, he threw himself on the bed.
I wasn't. Are we sharing a bed, or is this a hotel room with multiple beds?
I believe there's like 4 or 5 beds in there.
Okay.
I can.
Did you throw yourself into Esperis's bed?
I can
Yes.
move us back over to the fuzzy navel so everyone can see what the situation looks like.
It was the closest bed to me.
Okay. That certainly woke me up. Can I talk to Finn, or is there something?
Yeah, if you'd like to talk to Finn, you may. So Samson isn't here. Let me move him over here, and let me move Urimir and Prayaria.
What time is it now?
This is all happening simultaneously, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well, at some point, Prayaria just like wanders out to the Vardo to like mess with her garden drunkenly.
Wonderful. All right, so we got Finn and Esperis in the room. So there are three beds and 1 queen. 3 twins and a queen.
I'll say
I'm on the queen.
If Prayaria is out looking at her garden, she would definitely notice the new plants that I made, which are around but not a part of.
Yes, she is drunk and taking notes.
All right.
So, Finnalai, at some point after you've thrown yourself onto the bed, you feel a sort of bleary, not quite coordinated hand just kind of reach and pat you on the head, like the little hair petting kind of thing. It's just like, it's okay. And if you look over, Esperis is not totally awake, but just kind of looking down at you. Everything is, are you well?
Yeah, I'm just really drunk and I'm hearing things I shouldn't be hearing and that are not fun, but yes, sure, I'm fine. Wait, I'm in your bed. I'm sorry, Esperis.
It's okay. No, it's fine. I think maybe I'm not so drunk anymore, but I am in a similar place, I feel. I feel like you are usually very happy, and today you are less so. Is this,
Well,
you
I
don't
mean,
have to tell me, but this is...
I was really happy, and it was a lot of fun, and I got a present from Samson, and then we were drinking, and it was a lot of fun, and I was laughing and happy, and then I wasn't, because I heard the voice of my mom in my head, and it was not a great time, Esperis. I didn't think I was going to hear that ever again. Well, maybe not ever again, but like this soon.
Is your mother still with us?
Yeah, she is alive.
Well, that's,
Oh, you thought I was hearing like my dead mom? No, I'm the only one with like a alive mom in this group, I think. I don't know, but that's the impression I get.
Is your you don't have to. I have curiosity, and you are instead. You don't have to answer, but your mom is like Adeline, yes?
Like Adeline. I mean.
Well, not her specifically, but with the flowers in the hair.
Oh, yeah. She's an elf. She's an elf. Yeah. They're all elves.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want to have tea, or do you want to go to sleep?
I don't think I'm gonna be going to sleep anytime soon, to be honest. So if you want tea, we can make tea. Samson just got me this like tea thing that you make tea with, but
like a teapot?
No, it's like a little cup, and you put leaves in it or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
But I don't know if I could use it right now.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. I don't know what it is, so I also cannot use it.
Where is everybody? Are they still on their date?
They are on a date. Are they... Is this new?
What? The dating?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super great at reading people always, but I didn't think...
I don't know. They always sneak off and talk privately, so I don't know. This is the first time I've heard of them going on a date, but maybe those were dates too. They did that a lot in Lacambria too.
Okay.
But I didn't think of anything of it, because I thought they were, just talking. But maybe they are just talking. But a date's not really just talking, is it? I wonder what they're doing.
I would not know. I don't know. I had a question for you, and I feel sometimes that I am not understanding everyone here. Like when I talk to Urimir specifically, and sometimes to Samson, that the things I say aren't always the right thing, and like when we talk to a guard or something, and they're like, I'm going to fight you, and I'm like, oh, let's not do that. Should I... Everyone here loves you very much, Finn, and so I feel you would know. Am I okay?
I think everyone likes you. I don't see why they wouldn't.
That's nice, thank you.
I don't know. I feel like Urimir... It just takes some time for him to get close to people. And Samson, he's hard to read. But I don't think they hate you or anything. I don't see why they would.
Do you like me, Finn?
Yeah, I like you, Esperis. You're great. You're a lot of fun. And I also think you're stronger than you think.
That is very nice, but you are the one who is crying in the bed just now, so I think perhaps you telling me how strong I am is not the conversation to have right now. And we don't want to talk about your mother if you don't want to, but...
I really don't want to.
This is fair, I understand. Do you want to... I saw Prearia was kind of looking for plants outside for a while. Or we could go back downstairs and play Goodberry Pong. Or we could just lay here. What would make you feel better?
I think we should do all of them. Except not the last one, because we wouldn't be able to do the other two if we were just laying here. So, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, of course. Yeah.
If I can walk. I think I can walk.
I will tell you.
Let's invite Luden.
Okay. We will invite him, and if he says no, that is okay.
Okay, but also let's invite him. So he goes like across the
Yes.
hall.
Before you're able to do that, there have been things happening with Luden as well.
That we will interrupt.
Yeah, you're gonna find him in an interesting state here. So,
Oh, yay.
you're gonna find him just tarred and feathered with his head like his body halfway underneath the mattress now. That would
Of
be
course.
that would
Horrific.
be probably the most interesting scenario. So
Ooh, good things are happening. I can tell by the music.
Okay.
I don't want it to be too loud. 'Cause it's about to get real in here. Let's go back to our good boy Luden, who just entered his room all alone. There you are. Luden. You
Yes.
stumble into your room. All alone. Just the way you like it. Just the way you wanted it. Just the way it likes you. Alone. You stumble forward and shut the door. Your vision distorts as two candles become one, and then back to two, and then back to one on the bedside table. The fire in your room is already aglow. You don't remember lighting the hearth. Was it lit? Or maybe the innkeepers lit it for you. You sit down and begin fumbling to take your boots off. Your hair stands on end as the fire crackles and sputters as if oil was flicked onto the burning logs. Your eyes are on your boots, but you can sense it in the corner of your eye. You'd grown used to it, or more so, the absence of it. Your shadow. Except it doesn't sit on the bed as you do. It's standing, head cocked to the side, looking down at you. The head slowly rolls from right, back to left, and back to right, as it looks down at you.
Where have you been? And he looks over at the fire again, and just to be sure, he takes out some water in his canteen, throws it on the fire, see what happens. Yeah, he figured.
The fire continues to sputter and crackle, and the water trickles down the inside of the hearth. And the
At
fire
this point-
continues.
He isn't, I mean, he's still drunk, obviously, but the buzz is definitely gone. And he'll stand up, wobble a little bit, and walk over to the shadow and just try and touch it. Didn't do that last time.
You go over and just touch the wall where your shadow is, and you touch the wall. The shadow doesn't move, but it does look up at you. And it says,
What keeps you from the truth?
What truth do you want me to find? I mean, I found the people I'm with killed everybody. I mean, what else? What else is there? Where have you been? People don't not have shadows. I wasn't part of some deal or whatever. You told me find the truth. Where have you been?
You never lost what you never had.
What is that supposed to mean?
Why do you lie?
What? Look, I don't know what you want me to do. I found out the truth, and it sucked, okay? And I don't know if I want to find out any more truths. I just want to find my dad. Okay? And maybe start to put my life back together. I don't know what any of this is. I also want to kill the rest of all that. Ugh. Excuse me. We're around. What was the mother? What do you know about the mother? 6 others?
It taps its head as if asking you to think. And it looks at you.
Why do you lie? Why would they lie? What is there to hide? I am light. I am shadow. Find the lies, lest they find you first. Only light reveals what is hidden. Which truth do you prefer?
The light, I guess? The real truth?
It nods its head as if pleased with your answer. And even though the perspective of a shadow pointing towards you is a little bit odd, you can sense that it has moved its arm up and it is pointing at you.
When you lose, another gains. You must lose to gain. What are you willing to lose?
Luden looks around, looks down at his wrist, and that has like the little thing that is his little brother's thing. And then he'll go back and actually look in his bag, and he pulls out the letter that his father wrote him, the original one that he has been holding on to, and that actually told him like to come find them, and if he ever saw this letter, like to come find them. The last thing that he has of his father's, really. And he walks over to the shadow, and he goes, well, if this helps me find him. And then he starts to hand the shadow or the letter over to the shadow. Still a little unsure of what's going on.
So what are you doing, right? What is your intent right now? I want to make sure I fully understand it before.
Gotcha. So giving away the only thing that he has left of his father's, that's what he's willing to lose.
Okay. You stand there, and a hand emerges from the wall and grasps onto your wrist. The same wrist that has that bracelet on it with that and the letter. And it just grabs your wrist and it just holds it. But it's a very firm grasp, and it's very quick. And it says...
Light reveals what the darkness hides. The good and the hideous. You will open your eyes, reveal, and see them all, and never turn your face away. To avert from light is to look at shadow. Your tongue will only speak the truth. This is your loss, so that you may gain. Do you accept this light?
Yes.
The fire from within the hearth grows larger, and the shadow lets your wrist go, leaving a dark black handprint on your wrist. The flames licking out from within the hearth like a tongue. Like hands, they reach out, singeing the rug on the floor. This mix of shadow and light dance along the floor and the ceiling as if coming together, almost like jaws of a mouth. The darkness pushes against the light. Your shadow, though you can't see its face, you feel it smile at you. And the flames continue onward. They claw up, grabbing at your ankles, and you feel this surge of energy. You feel as this begins to flow throughout your very bloodstream as it shoots up towards your heart and eyes. As it reaches your heart, your body clenches up as every muscle in your body seizes. The light sears out from your mouth and your eyes, and the flames lick your cheeks and hair, singeing it slightly, and you immediately pass out, falling forward onto the hard stone floor, and you may now take your level in Blood Hunter.
Nice.
Okay.
Knock, 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 knock. Luden?
And now you may attempt to enter the room.
We were thinking of doing another round of Betty Pong.
Boom, boom, boom. Luden! Is he awake? Maybe we should just open the door.
Okay, let's knock a little bit.
Is it locked? Let's see.
It's definitely locked.
Would Luden have been capable enough to?
You're right. He would have tried, because
Drunk
after what
Luden?
happened... Drunk Luden, no. It would not have been locked.
Success!
Let me switch the music while you guys enter this and see.
Put on the Benny Hill music.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So, the door is locked. And you all enter. You see the fireplace is out. There isn't a fire in it. All the candles are out, and you see Luden face first on the floor.
Oh, poor guy. He had a lot.
He did. Should we, like, try and... Is he okay? I'm gonna go and nudge him with my foot.
We should put him on the bed at least, I think. Don't kick him.
I'm not... Well, maybe I am. Sorry. Here.
Delicately.
Let me help him. Or let me help you get him up. He's kind of heavy, so...
I am very weak, but I'm trying to roll him over on his side.
Let me try and just do it myself, Esperise. I can do it.
Okay, yeah.
You don't have to lift him. I know he's a little heavy, so I'll try and lift. Where are we putting him on the bed? Where are we putting him?
Make an acrobatics check for me, both of you, with disadvantage.
Me too?
Yes, with disadvantage. To see if you, like, accidentally run him into, like, the side table or something.
I got a 10!
On the floor.
A 9 and a 10. Okay.
Wait, do we still have the cups to give us a plus? No, wait, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah,
Cups did not help us in this endeavor.
I'm
gonna try rolling him to the bed.
Finn, you drop his bottom half and it just clunks onto the floor, but Esperise is able to still hold on as she tries to, like, he's just like... and she's trying to get him into the bed. You guys do notice, like, there are singe marks around his eyes and his mouth.
Did he fall in the fire? What happened?
Like, it looks like someone rubbed charcoal all over his mouth and his eyes.
Can I, like, rub? Does it come off?
You see the handprint on his wrist.
Did Luden have a date too and we just didn't know it?
What do you...
Look!
I suppose so, maybe. I don't know if that's a thing you normally get on a date. I mean, not where I'm from, but maybe it's different.
But there's a handprint. Somebody was holding his hand, Esperise.
Okay,
does it come off his face? Like, is it soot?
The soot comes off his face, but the handprint remains.
Yeah, I'm prestidigitated. Well, can I do a medicine check? Does it look like he's just been... is it reasonable for me to assume that he was sitting in front of the fireplace eating charcoal? Because that is...
You are drunk. And your intelligence score is like, what, a 10, I think?
Medicine is a wisdom check. I have a +5 to medicine, so does it look like he's physically injured?
You may make a medicine check with disadvantage because you're drunk.
Okay.
Can I help?
Are you proficient in medicine?
I do believe I am.
If you're better at it, I will assist you.
I have a +8 as a cleric.
Yeah,
I am proficient
significantly better at it than I am.
I will try to peer very closely.
I'm just like, I've got him so he's sitting up so that you can, like, examine his face. I'm like...
Am I rolling normal or disadvantage? Normal because there's a help involved?
Yeah, you would roll normal.
Okay, so Finn gets right up in his face and he's like peering very closely with a 23.
That's really good. That's really good. It's definitely like charcoal. His skin doesn't seem to be burned. The skin around, as you kind of rub, the skin around his eyes do look a little red and inflamed, but like it's not like his skin's melted off or anything. Like it does look like irritated. And then his wrist with the handprint, that was a really good roll. I would say, like, looking at it, it's almost like his skin pigment has been completely changed. Like it is like just in those spots, like where the handprint is, it is like it is a part of his skin, like a tattoo almost, like where the pigment has been permanently changed.
So his face isn't burnt off. I think he was just rubbing charcoal on his face. like makeup or something. And then his arm, I think he got a tattoo without us. Like he snuck off and he got a tattoo. I don't know how much time he had to do this.
I
it's
don't
not
think
coming
a
off.
good tattoo artist would give a tattoo to someone who is as drunk as Luden was. I will talk to the guards tomorrow because I don't think that is reputable.
That's not professional.
No.
Well, I also don't know why he'd get a hand. I mean, it's kind of...
Yeah, it's just like this, like around his wrist. Something like that.
Maybe it's, like he wears his bracelet, maybe it's supposed to be his brother's hands.
Maybe.
That's a really good assumption. Like maybe it was him, like his brother, like trying to hold his arm or something.
Yeah, like a symbolism.
It's on the same arm as the bracelet.
I guess that's sweet.
It's a little weird, but he is grieving, and that can take many forms, including ill-advised tattoos. So we will ask him about it in the morning, but I'm going to see if I can... I couldn't quite lift him up onto the bed, so I just rolled him over to the bed and I have him sitting up. I'm going to try to
I got his top half, right?
And you are both drunk, so like when you actually do get him on the bed, his head is by the foot of the bed, and like his feet are at the head of the bed, where the pillow
I
is.
have him on his side, so he can't suffocate or whatever it is.
Yes.
And gonna pull the blanket up over him.
Aww.
There.
Oh, he has like one boot on and one boot off because he was in the middle of taking his boots off.
I'll take his boots off. I'll leave his socks on because I feel like he would prefer that, but I will take his boots off.
Oh, wait, real quick. I want to go over to the fireplace and get some charcoal on my finger and draw a smiley face on his forehead.
It's the happiest he's ever looked.
Yeah.
That's mean. I shouldn't.
He's like asleep. He can't hear us. Well, that was fun. Let's go now.
Let's go get Prairie and we can we don't have any berries. We'll figure it out downstairs. It's good.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do tonight before we take our long rest? This drunken night of escapades and crazy things.
We do go see if Prairie wants to play Pong with us.
Okay.
The invitation is there. We don't have to do the whole scene.
Your friends stumble over to the wagon, Praeria, and they open the door flamboyantly. And they see you with a pot, I'm guessing, and some dirt, and your little Rog is just going back to the dirt, picking up a teaspoon worth of soil, and just pitter-patting over to the pot and putting it in to help you. Mountain, that is what Mountain is doing.
Prairie is kind of glaring at the flowers she's working on. They're still little buds, and she's looking over at Samson's plants, which have grown, and she's just like, not
I
thrilled.
love that.
Prairie, emergency! Emergency!
What?
You have to play berry pong with us.
Bear Pong.
Berry pong.
Bear Pong.
Where is Bear? Bear? Okay.
Berry.
Bear Pong. So she's gonna put
Yeah.
her things down.
I was earlier using, the berries that Luden makes, but Luden is unconscious, so we'll have to find something else to play. But we would love to play with you if you would want to be playing.
I think I still have some in my pocket from Samson. No, they're squished. Never mind.
I have rock. And she's gonna hold up a handful of pebbles.
We should use a rock!
Yes, very good, very good.
Oh,
I guess they play with pebbles.
You played for pebbles for about 5 minutes until the first glass breaks. and then your boy Belgain comes over and he just he's not mad, he kind of laughs at you guys, but he replaces the glasses with wooden ale mugs and allows you to throw the rocks, but moves you all against the
pay
wall.
him for the cup. I pay him for the cup. How much for the cup?
Silver.
Okay.
But he will move you all to the wall so that like you're able to throw rocks, but if you throw it too hard or too far, it hits the wall and not a patron. And then replaces the small like shot glasses with like wooden ale mugs, which makes it easier for you guys, but you guys are too drunk. It's honestly a lot, like you miss and you guys almost feel like it's harder.
We act like it's bowling and just knock the whole thing of glasses down.
We just play like
You
8
have
different
pebbles.
games.
You have pebbles. And you guys play for the rest of the evening. And Samson and Urimir eventually come back, and when they do, are you guys still in your disguises when you arrive?
I mean, I probably would change because I can just do that. So.
Yeah. Right. And
Yeah, I changed.
you guys you rejoin your friends, and you play. It's probably 4 o'clock in the morning at this point.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Like, I'm gonna skip the game. And just go to bed.
It's been a long night.
All right.
At some
So-
point, we go to sleep, and we all wake up at like noon.
Yeah, you'll like in order to get your 8 hours, you'll probably be waking up at like 11 a.m.
That's about right.
Well, that's
It's
nothing.
fine. It's fine. No worries. We weren't doing anything in the morning anyway, right?
All right, you
Like,
all
that's
take
what
your long rest and wake up at 11 a.m.
I feel like that's what time Urimir wakes up anyway. So.
with all of you. I believe all of you except I don't know if Urimir and Samson ever got drunk.
We had to keep our wits about us for the scams.
Yeah, for the scam. Everyone but Urimir and Samson have a hangover.
I feel like my hangovers are weird.
Your hangover is extra weird.
Do I notice the smiley face on my forehead?
No,
before I leave my room?
you don't. You
Okay.
don't know that there is charcoal on your face because there aren't any mirrors in this room.
Well, guess I'll go back out with my hood up, none the wiser.
Luden rejoins you all for breakfast in the morning, those of you with hangovers, and he sits down, has charcoal around his eyes and his mouth, and a smiley face with a charcoal, made from charcoal, on his head.
Good morning,
What?
Newton.
How was your night?
Don't remember.
Well, you look like you had a good time.
Did you get a tattoo, Luden?
And then he'll look down at his hand, and things will start to come back to him, and he'll actually like just grab a little cloth and just put it. Actually, he'll put his hand just back under his cloak, like I don't know.
Luden, I don't know if it was apparent, but I do want to point out
You can't lie.
you cannot lie. From
Yeah.
now on, you cannot lie at all.
Yeah, this will be fun. So I don't know if it's a tattoo.
But I'm sorry, I find this very. Perhaps I am being upset too much, but the fact that you could go to a tattoo parlor and you are so drunk that you can't remember it, and still they are, yes, I will give you a tattoo. That is not good business practices. Do you remember who it was that gave you the tattoo?
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, how did your date go, Urimir and Samson?
Oh, yes, date. How go?
It was lots of fun.
You guys went on a date?
Yeah, remember?
No one
Oh,
told me
you
about
probably
a date.
don't.
Finn say you have date too.
What?
Yes, Finn say you also have date. Many date.
No.
Oh.
What? No. I just went to sleep. Or in
She's lost interest. She's now looking back at Samson and Urimir.
So what did you do? What did you do on your date?
I just look at Urimir.
We drank and played some games, and it just regular stuff, date stuff. Yeah.
Yep, normal date stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got a coffee. We got coffee. Yeah, that's what we did. We got coffee one time.
Coffee
In the
too.
middle of the night?
Yep.
Technically, it was the early morning, so.
It was decaf.
My head hurts.
Me too.
Do we all need some new coffee? Belgain, do you have coffee here?
Great idea.
Not so loud.
Belgain, do you have coffee here?
Belgain comes out and he brings you a large tin teapot filled to the brim with black coffee.
Lovely.
You are a saint, Belgain. Thank you so much.
Do you have any milk and honey? Please.
He goes back and he will bring you out some milk and some honey.
Urimir gives him all the gold we won last night.
Do you really?
Yes.
Wow.
I'll just take that 33 gold out of our party funds. That's cool. Thanks.
He's just like, I couldn't possibly take that, Urimir. That is very generous.
Where'd you get all that, Urimir?
Does coffee cost this much?
No.
What do you mean? We're like rich, aren't we?
We're pretty rich.
I assumed that those were party funds.
Yeah.
Talk about what we spend.
That's my part of the party funds, yes.
Are you keeping track of how much a party fund?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Luden, if we can't give gold to our good friend Belgain, who can we give gold to?
We did also spend more than 600 gold on an item for you yesterday.
That's fine. I was just saying, 33 gold for some coffee.
It is very good coffee. We all need to sober up quick because we got a meeting over here in about 2 hours.
1 hour.
It's in one. Oh my god! It's in 1 hour. I can't believe this. Hey, so I do believe that we should probably like pre-plan this meeting if we don't mind. If we should probably talk about what we're going to ask and make sure we're all on the same page before we go in there. Yeah.
I want to put out as a first thing, Kareviss Goldlight is a very traditional, noble dwarf from the fine family of the Goldlights. They're involved in gold use, production, mining, that sort of thing. Very old-fashioned, very traditional. Probably, if we are hoping to gain favor of this person, probably don't talk about the figures. Probably don't attempt some sort of a conversation about, maybe the noble system doesn't work so well. Just because I think him particularly will not enjoy these topics. That's what I want to say.
That's a very good point, Espris. Thank you for bringing it up. We should be very considerate about who actually does the talking in here, because we don't want to overwhelm him. You know, he's pretty high up here in Digbrand. So who wants to do the talking? Who's got some experience with these kinds of folks?
Well, it sounds like Esperis does.
I wrote it down, so it's not that I actually have any particular experience with it.
Types of people.
I mean, we talk where I'm from. I spend a lot of time with courts and these high, lofty folks and those sorts of conversations. But I mean, that's where I'm from. That's not necessarily here. I'm sure it's applicable though. I don't mind.
All fancy folk are the same.
It's true.
Okay. Samson, you do the talk.
Okay. All right. Well, we got Brielle's blessing, her letter, right? To get into the vaults. And we're supposed to. We're obviously we know we're down here to find Cassius, but we don't think they're gonna believe that if we tell them, because Cassius doesn't exactly exist anymore. Yeah.
It's the truth. So let's not tell him.
Well, who are we gonna wake up then? We gotta leave with someone.
I mean, regardless, we're here to stop whatever's down there, right? So we should know that.
Do we want to go that direction? All altruistic about it. It's like, oh yeah, we're here to help you. We can go that way.
I mean, we have our own reasons to be down there too, but is that not the truth?
It'll be helping them, yes.
I don't expect us to go down there, be able to wake up Cassius, and then not have to deal with whatever's down there.
Do you think they'll trust us to get rid of whatever's down there?
I think that is what Brielle's letter will probably do for us. Hopefully.
Brielle's vouching for us that we can do that. Yeah, that's what I'll think anyway. That's what it read. But we gotta have somebody who can wake him up too, right?
How do you wake someone up from the vaults?
Do I know how to wake somebody up from the vaults?
Brielle told you all roughly that a waker is used. There are people that work there that are called wakers.
So would we need one of them down there with us?
Is this an escort mission? Do we have to bring them with us?
Oh god.
How about we kill the thing down there, then we come back up, and then we go down and try and find whoever we need to find.
Well, that'll look suspicious, won't it, if that's the reason we're going down there? They'll think we're done when we get back up.
That will look suspicious.
We could,
Which is going to be more suspicious? Us trying to ask them to take one of their people that shouldn't be down there with these crazy things or whatever is down there, or us just going down there, killing it, and come back up and asking for it.
I have an idea. We could let ourselves look stupid and make them feel like they are in the better situation. I don't know if I totally understand, but we say, we are altruistic, we want to help you with this problem, and we have heard tell that perhaps the Grand Hero Cassius is in there, and they're like, no, he's not, and we're like, but if he is, and they'll be like, well, they're not getting anything out of this, but we'll let them deal with the problem, so that when we do find Cassius, does that make sense? Yeah. Like, they can think that we are doing a fool's errand looking for him, but...
Fine.
Do you think there's
the whole truth?
What if we just find Cassius and come back and tell them?
What do you mean?
He is down there, right?
We believe he's down there, but they don't believe he's down there.
Well, once we find him, if we know that he's there, then we can just go get a waker and lead him right to him.
Luden side eyes because for once he really agreeing with Urimir all the way, and he feels like something's wrong. So
it's been a disturbance in the forest.
It feels like something is way wrong.
Do you think they'll just let us wake him up?
That is my concern. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
Look,
the waker's gonna be down there anyway, right?
Are they? That's the thing. They wouldn't be down there, right? If it's dangerous.
No, what I'm saying is, if a waker is required to wake someone up, and then we go down there and try and kill whatever this is, and we have to bring the waker back, or if the waker comes down there with us, they're not just going to wake somebody up if they don't know who it is. We're going to have to tell them regardless that we're trying to wake up Cassius.
Yeah. We could... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say... There's no one else we're trying to wake up, right? Maybe as an excuse?
No.
I actually know someone that we could probably wake up. His name's Barney. Barney Wapple. He's an old fiddle player. Yeah, he's an old fiddle player. They say he's the best who ever lived. And I have we could tell him that Saltstone needs him for a party, and that's why we're here. And then if we could take a Waker down to go wake them up and get down there.
Waker as a hostage to go to another one? Like the Waker will have to...
Again, try and wake this person up. Okay, why are we waking up this... Who is Wapple?
Can I do a history check on Wapple?
He's a famous fiddle player, Luden. Surely you've heard his song.
His name's like Waffle? Like the...
Like Barney Wapple. Like Barney
14.
Rubble, but he's taller.
I got a 14 on a history check for this Wapple fella.
The Wapple fella.
Okay, so everything that Samson is saying, it checks out. You have heard of the famous fiddle player.
Appreciation.
Yes. He is a famous fiddle player, and he is known to be unmatched. Again, like he drew kings and queens from all over the world, and he is, you know what, you would probably know. Yeah, he's christened as the Fey Fiddler.
Suspicion immediately, just a flash of suspicion, and then
he's not Fey though. Like he's a I believe he's a halfling. He's a halfling, but he's christened with that title because the Fey are like naturally gifted with the talent of music. So it's kind of like, you know, calling somebody at the gym who's like bench pressing a whole bunch, calling them like the Rock. You know, like they're not the Rock, but like, whoa, they're super buff. Does that make sense?
Still, this is yet another Fey thing, so there is a moment of...
That could be a good idea, Samson, because then we'll have a reason to wake somebody up, and we'll also have nice music playing while we're down there.
Sure.
No. We're not... Samson, how did we go from not knowing anyone in there a couple of weeks ago to knowing this Wapple player person's in there, and then on top of that, knowing that this is a good idea to wake him up with... where's the connect there?
Yeah, why do you want to wake up this Wapple guy?
Why can't we just wake up some other random person?
We could, but we know he's in there. It's called an excuse, Luden.
So we're not waking him up.
Of course we're gonna wake him up. That way we seem credible.
And then we wake up Cassius?
Yeah.
It's the transition from Wapple to Cassius that I am not seeing. Because if we say, oh, we just want to wake up Wapple, then they'll go, okay, you woke up Wapple, leave. Right?
Here's the thing. I need everyone to pay attention real quick.
Okay.
Cassius is a member of the Celesta set.
Okay.
Everyone currently alive, other than us, believes he's gone and dead forever. We believe, because we're special and we got information from his soul individually, that he's down here. If we can find him, we can get out before they realize. If they realized that Cassius is in the Vaults of Slumbering, there is no way on Vera's green earth that they're ever going to let us take him out.
What if we sign a contract? What if we say something like, we would like to choose somebody to wake up. We'll let you know who they are once we have solved your problem for you. We just want to wake up one day. Sign on the line.
You know how much that sort of thing costs? There's a vault in Heroes down there that has the greatest heroes who have ever walked this planet just in stone waiting. There are thousands and tens of thousands of gold pieces.
They are losing a lot of money not having it open, yeah? So we're making them so much money.
Who's gonna wake him up?
The Waker!
Say we get him out. Who wakes... Who?
Maybe we could
Why would they do that?
Maybe we can make them.
We're very convinced.
I don't Finnalai.
I mean, this is important, isn't it?
What is going on with this party?
I'm kind of with Esperise on this one though. Like, if
you guys want to get him out or not?
No, I'm saying if we after we stop whatever's down there, they'll owe us one, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll just owe us, so they'll give us Cassius, the only known member of the Celeste set still alive.
Do you think they would recognize Cassius? It's just a statue, yeah?
It might.
We don't know. That's also true. We don't have to tell them.
Cassius is pretty well known.
He's pretty famous, y'all.
Well,
I don't
look,
know
he's
about
not doing anyone any favor. He's not doing anyone any good just sitting there in stone, is he?
Just
No!
just as like Samson and Praeria recognized him based on history rolls.
Everyone knows who this man is.
Okay, 1 second. Praeria, what do you think? You're the only one that hasn't waited.
She's just been chugging coffee.
She's drinking out of the teapot.
Oh, hard to think. Head hurt.
That's fair. My head hurts as well. Samson doesn't make it easier, but...
Here's the thing. Here's a plan that will work. We go to Kareviss. We tell him that we need to get into the vaults to wake Barney Wobble. Okay? He's a famous fiddle player. We need him for all this. They send us with a waker. While we have the waker, we keep them alive. We wake Barney Wobble. We clear everything out. We find Cassius. Wake him too.
Why would the...
What?
Okay,
Why-
how?
That's-
Why would the Waker wake up Cassius?
Because we asked him
You can
to.
give...
We
And
should.
that's how that
Or
works.
So you
pay
just,
them off.
So you just want to use Barney as an excuse to get the Waker down there?
Yes, of course.
We could make
What does
friends
this
with
mean?
them. Maybe
Yeah,
then.
they'll be friends.
Yeah, and then they'll
Yeah.
like us, and they'll do it because they
We
like
asked him
us.
to.
So that'll be 2 people that we have to keep alive while we stop whatever it is down there. What if it's one of the 7?
That would be really bad, and we'll do just fine.
No,
Here is
Urimir is right. Like,
What?
listen to yourself, Samson. How? Like, all of these things have to go... All of these things that you were saying have to go perfect. Say the Waker dies while we're down there.
That
We're
would
up
be
a creek.
really unfortunate.
Yet again.
That'd be
And
really
we can't...
unfortunate.
And it would be our fault.
So they definitely wouldn't wake up anybody else.
I don't want any more blood on my hands.
I don't see why can't we just say we have heard this legend that Cassius is in there. They don't believe it, but we say if he is, we solve this problem for you. We can take him. They don't think he's down there. Why would they not let us throw our money away? You know?
Another good point.
That might work. I don't think it will, but it might.
Here is my hope and dream, the most fantastically. Hopefully the Waker has like a key or an item, and we can just take it, and the Waker doesn't have to be there. Because I don't want this person to get hurt, you know?
If that was the case, why would they trust us with it? We could wake everyone up if we wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think they would just let us take that. We'd have to like stealthily take it or something. Which is stealing, which yes, Finnalai, we are not supposed to do that. Yeah, I know.
I still.
We might be able to get away with the story that Cassius exists and that we believe it's true, and it's our goal to go wake him up for whatever our own purposes is. And if we find him, then they will allow us to take him. I still think that's far riskier, because if we discover Cassius, who are we? They are just going to say no when they come back, because he's worth hundreds of thousands of gold pieces.
We're the ones who cleared the vaults for them. That's who we are.
Samson, on top of all of this, I want you to imagine this to me. We go through, find Wobble, wake him up.
Yep.
Go through, find Cassius, who the people upstairs did not know was down there, and we walk out the front door with 2 people.
Yep.
You recognize Cassius. Praeria recognizes Cassius. Say, I don't know, the entire of Digbrand recognizes Cassius. And guess what? They don't want us to leave with Cassius.
Don't tell
What
me.
happens then?
Oh, I'm gonna walk in as Cassius,
I hate this plan.
and then I'm
One
gonna
of
walk
you
out
have-
invisible.
Can't. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Why can't you just make Cassius invisible? Isn't that easier than walking around as Cassius?
Well, they'll have
Maybe.
to know because we need a waker. So someone's gonna know that Cassius is alive.
Someone will. I mean, we might be able to get away just by telling him that we think he's in there, but it's so risky. I think it's riskier than it needs to be.
I think we should tell them after we do them the favor of clearing the vaults out. Get on their good side, you know?
Just ask for a favor that we will disclose after we leave. Just waking somebody up that we think is down there.
Alright, Luden, if somebody said, I want you to do me a favor and I'll tell you what it is later, what would be the first thing that you would say?
What's
Is
your
it
favor?
illegal?
Is it legal after?
Yes, they're going to ask similar questions.
And it's not because we're stealing from them.
Well,
How
waking
we
up
say
Cassius
we're
isn't illegal, is it?
Okay, first off, let's go ahead and start walking because the meeting's very soon. So,
Oh, practice.
on the way there.
We could just say we want to meet Hero. Just a little bit. We don't say which.
Well, like this too.
Why don't we get Priaria to talk to them? I mean, she is a princess. She speaks the
Oh,
language and everything.
nein. Nee.
Priority. Why not?
What are we going to do for the sake of the world when we let them know that Cassius is down there and everything's fine? We ask for a favor and we say, hey, we want to take the most valuable thing in your whole vault for free, and they say no. What are you going to do then, Luden?
Samson, we are not gods.
Answer the question. What are you going to do?
If they say
When
no,
they say no,
then
what are
we
you gonna
figure
do?
that out. If they say no, we'll figure it out. But what happens if we accidentally get somebody killed, Samson?
That'd be very unfortunate.
This is
That'd
a
be very unfortunate. That's not
thoughtful
okay.
plan. If
That's
we
somebody's
make
brother.
them
That's
decide-
somebody's mother. That's somebody's freaking family, Samson.
Then don't let them die. Jesus.
Maybe we could just have them sign a contract or something, legally binding, instead of. I mean, they're a formal culture. We can just say, have a very strange contract written up that we would like to meet a hero.
If you're scared,
Go ahead.
well, I was gonna say, if we're scared about the hero dying or anybody dying, really, why don't we just kill the thing first and hide the Waker, and then we can do what we need to do?
Or we find Cassius, say we need to beat thing. Waker no ask question.
That's fair. It's like, hey, we found Cassius. Why don't we need you to wake him up so we can beat this thing with him, and then we get out of there.
Sure. The truth works.
I have the concept in my mind that probably the thing will be before we get to Cassius, which would make that plan more difficult, but
No, but that's what we need to do. We need to kill the thing first.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to do our best. We need a Waker down there with us. We do. Like, we can't just bring him down after. It just doesn't make sense.
It'll be safer that way.
So much so.
I don't think it's gonna work. Safer is not necessarily best.
Samson, I feel like the three of us think it will work. You and Finn don't think it will work. At the end of the day, what happens, which will probably happen with our track record, 2 people go down. This Waker and say Finn goes down. We can only get to 1, which is quite likely to happen. Dark place we've never seen before, something we don't know that we're fighting. What happens then? Are you gonna let Finn die or save the Waker or vice versa? What happens then? There's so many unknowns that you can't be for sure of, Samson. What I know that I can be for sure of is all these what ifs and this might happen or this might not happen. All of this comes into play if we don't tell the truth. Get a contract, anything that Esprit has literally said. But if we know what we're going into when we're walking down there, there are no unknown variables that we don't have to freak out about later in the middle of the moment. It's gonna happen.
it's true, Samson, if we go with your plan, there are all of us who know what we're getting into and are making an informed choice, and then the Waker, who doesn't know anything and is in a lot of danger. And I will go along with the group, but I am personally not comfortable doing that.
Samson, it seems like we're outvoted.
It does feel that way. And I think it's dumb, and I think it's stupid. But we'll do our best. Let's hope let's hope that they honor their side.
And I will take responsibility if they don't.
No one cares if you take responsibility, Luden. It doesn't matter if you do.
Well, it makes me feel nice.
What matters is waking Cassius, so let's just do our best, okay, everyone? Okay.
Someone's
hear you, Lyre.
muted. Somebody's muted.
Sorry. So before we, that was me. I was typing, that's why I muted myself. So I think this is a great time for us to go to our break. As we return, we will be making our way to the Kareviss Goldlight estate to talk to him about moving forward into the Slumbering Vaults. So just a reminder, if you haven't entered our giveaway, we are giving away this Babinga 9 Realms Gaming Dice Vault. The command is loot, which is exclamation mark loot, to enter in the chat. And make sure you're following in order to enter. And we will announce the winner when we return from our break. So we'll be right back, guys. All right. At 12 does break it.
Really?
Train, we have to wait until your next turn.
Okay. I know. I just don't
I would never hurt people on purpose, Bhagwan.
All right, then we can trust her, boyos. She's not gonna hurt anybody.
Oh, wait, does anyone have a lockpick?
No! No, we don't need one! I don't know if everyone heard Daniel just murders to everyone here.
Yeah, let's do this giveaway. It's gonna be great.
Yes, if you haven't entered, please enter our giveaway. Make sure to follow us and use the command !loot in order to enter. Let me open this up so I can pick our winner. Let's see. Let's give you a moment, those of you who haven't entered. Oop, that is not what I wanted. Why did I do that?
Finnalai and Esprit are still working their way through breakfast as we walk over to the guest house.
All right, the winner of our Babinga Dice Vault from our friends over at 9 Realms Gaming, and also green because it's March, right? The winner is, I see Daniel, you entered, so hopefully it's not gonna be. The winner is Literal Nick. You are winner, and I think I had just left to go to do family things or something, but you are our winner, Literal Nick.
Heck yeah, Literal Nick.
I will be sending you a message at the end of the stream to collect your shipping information to send you this dice vault, and we typically send our stuff at the end of the month. So you are our winner. Congratulations! Look at this beautiful dice vault you got. One of a kind. Thank you so much for participating and joining us this evening. So, jumping back in here.
I've gone over to a writing desk somewhere, and I've started drafting the contract that we will offer to Kareviss.
Okay.
We're walking still, so you want like a flipboard or something?
Clipboard's fine.
You can use my back if you want.
Yeah, I'm like writing on Finn's back. There we go.
You all make your way back to the halls of Legacy, down the tunnels toward the Goldlight estate. The dwarves at the gate glare at you as you all approach. The one that broke up the squabble between Urimir and Gregor appears to be in charge.
It's not Gregor. It's not Gregor.
It's not Gregor. Gregor, it's the guy that broke up the squabble between you and Gregor.
I meant to find him at the bar the other night.
He appears to be in charge, and he approaches. Lord Kareviss is ready for you. Given our last encounter, I feel it necessary to remind you all to be very respectful in a home of legacy. Master Kareviss is quite fond of Lady Brielle, and I hope you wouldn't wish to tarnish that relationship. And he looks at each and every one of you individually, one by one.
Before we go in,
I bow very deeply and sarcastically to him.
We will be very respectful, of course. Thank you so much for your patience.
before we go in, any tips on talking with Kareviss? Any tips at all? Things he likes, doesn't like?
Are
I'm
you?
really trying to say it.
I'm gonna look at Luden with as much venom as I possibly can.
And he does not care at this point.
We have not met your employer before. We would be very grateful if there's any topics we should avoid, any points of interest.
Make persuasion check.
I'll do it. Because I have
Yes.
advantage on it.
I saw what you did there. You stepped in on purpose, like, oh, this is gonna be a persuasion. Let me just say, we would
Hold on.
appreciate any kind of.
Asperger's would.
Yeah, Luden didn't want to.
21.
Okay.
Good, you have advantage.
Yeah, I did get a nat 1, but we'll give you 21.
He kind of looks at you all and he says, Lord Kareviss likes to play a little bit of a game with people he meets. My advice to you is to choose wisely.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you very much.
He begins leading you all down the tunnel, or he says, "We have an understanding. Follow me then, Lord Kareviss awaits." And then he begins to lead you all down the tunnel toward the estate. In the distance, it looked rather large, but upon approach, it is much larger than anticipated. The outside of the home itself is gilded in gold. The symbol of the house stamped above the threshold. There are dozens of square alcoves that are stamped in criss-cross patterns from one another on each side of the estate. And within each of those alcoves, there is a brazier that is ablaze. Leading up to the home, on both sides, you see a few dwarven statues, and they seem to depict the heritage of the home. A clean-dressed dwarven male stands waiting at the doorway. He wears fine, noble linens, and he waits for you as you approach.
Samson.
Do we imagine that this is Lord Kareviss?
Let's see what your passive investigation is. Finnalai, you think it is. Esperis, you think it is. Praeria, you think it is. The rest of you don't.
I'm gonna poke Samson in the ribs, like, that's him. I think that's him.
Nah. Not fancy enough.
No,
Does that look like a Lord Kareviss?
Do I think it is?
Let's just introduce ourselves. Either way.
You don't think it is.
Should we bow or something?
Yes,
I do bow and say.
We should probably bow.
How about Esperis goes first?
I'll go first, and then I bow. Just say.
Out of spite, Samson will now do everything opposite that Luden suggests.
Yeah.
Spite.
Completely fine.
I go forward, but I don't say anything. I just wait for a second.
Okay. The man just kind of walks down the steps just a few of the steps, and he goes, "Hello, I am Henak. I help run the household. Lord Kareviss is waiting for you. He expects you in the study, if you'll just follow me."
Absolutely, thank you so much. And I follow.
Henak and the guards lead you into the home. The estate is grand with very high arching ceilings that span maybe 20, 30 feet high. Grand iron chandeliers, 20 feet in diameter, hang from the ceiling. He leads you down this grand entrance into another room. The study. Gold gilded weapons are hung up along the walls, axes, great swords, war hammers, all stamped with the family crest. The walls are carved out into bookshelves, and from floor to ceiling, there are a plethora of books. The room itself is probably 25 to 30 feet high, and 2 ladders are leaned up against the shelves to reach the higher tomes. There are a few stone tables and chairs in this space for guests. A large stone desk with striations of gold is at the far end of the room. On it, a large wooden box with a series of ink bottles capped in gold, and a long quill with plumage that shimmers like the sun on the lake. A table next to the guest seating houses a large crystal decanter filled with a dark maple liquid. A few crystal glasses sit next to it. And let me switch that. The room smells heavily of tobacco and leather, with subtle hints of parchment from the knowledge lining the walls. Henak ushers you all into the space and bows. "Lord Kareviss will see you shortly. He has informed me that you are welcome to the Dwarven Brandy. I am also to offer you ale or wine if your taste requests it."
I look to the party.
Our taste requested.
What may I bring you? If you do not wish to partake in the brandy, or...
Brandy is very lovely, but if you have anything else special, we would love to partake.
Yeah, I can bring you whatever you ask. I can bring some water, some wine and an ale.
Thank you.
I would certainly not reject my lord's hospitality, so an ale would be lovely. Thank you.
He's coffee.
He leaves and goes to grab that for you. And you are all left alone in the study for just a moment.
I go over and look at all the books. We're not supposed to touch these, right? We're just gonna look.
No, you can touch them. It's fine.
Do
Looking is
not
fine.
touch.
I'm just looking with my eyes. Just my eyes.
Am I the only one who feels like maybe the room is going to start slowly filling with water or something?
Why?
Puzzle?
I
Well,
cast detect magic. Freaking me out, Esperise.
well, the man at the door said we would choose wisely. It feels like there's some sort of test, right?
I mean, there's a lot of magical things. Like, the weapons on the walls are magic. There's magic all over the place. This place is hot. It's hot. It's spicy. It's a spicy room.
There is probably a test here, but I'm sure it'll be given to us. I don't think we'll have to find it ourselves. I don't think that really matches the Lord's mind.
Just in case, Luden like inches a little bit, like almost 1 foot in outside of the door, and then the other foot inside the room. Just so like the
So
door
are you just
closes.
like awkwardly like standing in the door frame?
Well, kind of, but like his back is just right there, and he's just waiting on the person to come back.
Casual, like.
Yeah, casual, like.
Yeah, that doesn't look weird at all.
Yeah. Aren't you gonna block Hanak to come in?
No, that's what I say. He's looking for Hanak. Like, and when he hears him come back or on his way back, he'll just place the rest of his body into the room. He doesn't trust it.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah.
No, I mean like Luden sounds like a horror movie. Like when you're walking down the hallway and you see a figure just duck into a room.
Yes.
I don't think there's anything to be suspicious of. It's just like a study with a lot of gold.
Mm-hmm.
Esperise will get a glass of the dwarven brandy and sit politely with her hands in her lap until
You
the
sip
guy
it?
returns tonic. Yes.
Oh my
It's-
god,
I mean,
why do you do that? It's like,
Constitution saving throw.
do you have the audacity to drink something in my name?
Make a constitution. No.
I'll take a sip. I'll pour glasses for anyone else who wants.
It
some
is
as well.
very, very, very strong. But it goes down smoothly. It tastes almost like it's been aged in like some kind of oak barrel or whiskey barrel of sorts, for quite some time. It is very, very, very strong though.
I have such a refined palate. I can tell what kind of barrel it was aged in. It's so fancy.
Whether or not Esperise likes that is just up to you, of course.
Tastes expensive. It's very nice. It's quite strong, so maybe just one plus.
I'll go over and sit next to Esperise and take one. Oh, it is really strong.
Yes, you can kind of feel it burning in your throat and kind of like, almost like wasabi where it kind of burns your nose a little bit. It's very burny. So, I don't know what's going on with Daniel. I don't want to move on too much without him.
We could do room shenanigans.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we'll go.
Finnalai, you kind of looking at the bookshelf and just kind of like perusing. You did mention that. I do want to address your kind of searching there. Sorry, I heard something and it freaked me out. You see that the books that line this shelf, they all look to be very much like the historical books about Digbrand and dwarven history, and books about the Goldlight name, and as well as other legacy houses, books about books that seem to be about basically the history of Digbrand. There's probably a book about what happened in the Amethyst Garden, a little bit more thorough in here somewhere if you looked long enough.
Is everyone looking? Can I like kind of slip it off the shelf?
I thought I could tempt you with that. I thought I could tempt you with that.
Can I roll like a sleight of hand or something?
It's a totally open room that we're all in.
You're all in.
Yeah, beat a 19. Let's go.
Urimir sees you, but he won't stop you.
I mean, you can certainly attempt it. It will have to beat their passive their passive perception.
Okay, he'll try and sneakily take it off the shelf. Is that okay? Let's see. All right.
Beat a 12.
It's actually a 19.
So I see it.
Ooh.
It's meets beats. Who's actively doing something?
It's meets beats.
It's meets beats? Oh,
meets beats.
Who is beating?
Ooh.
Okay.
Sneaky, sneaky. You're mischief god.
You, Luden, you're too busy like looking between the door and like back to make like to. And I don't think anybody else is higher than that. I think Luden was the highest. You had to beat Luden, and you beat
probably
Luden.
also the only one who would stop you.
Who would have probably been who would have been the only one to stop you. You you just kind of like wedge.
Luden calls from like the other side. Make sure you guys aren't touching anything.
No, of course not. Nope.
No touching going on in here.
Mm-mm.
Do you want some brandy, Luden?
Oh, that's why Daniel. Sorry. Yeah, Daniel left because our son had a nightmare. Poor baby.
No.
So while you were away, Daniel.
He's better now. No worries.
So while you were away, Daniel, Finnalai stole a book from the library.
I would expect nothing less, and I'm happy for it. If I could assist, I did.
All right, so a few moments pass as this takes place.
Oh, also, I'm sorry. I would also like to pull like a book from the backup so that it doesn't look like there's like a gap.
Oh, okay.
Just so he doesn't look over and be like,
I'm not gonna make you like that's a sleight like you succeeded on your sleight of hand check. I think you're good. We could say that when you did it, your hand just kind of like nudged the other tomes to the side to kind of even out the space between the other books. So, time passes and Finnalai takes one of these books. And Lord Kareviss eventually enters the study from the far door opposite of the one you all entered. He's taller than most dwarves. His hair is blonde, long and tied back, and it's peppered with age that's been showing for quite some time. He wears a long, flowing ochre cloak, similar to the ochre from the earthen basin. His hands are adorned with a variety of different gold rings and gemstones. He walks over to the large wooden box on his desk and pulls out a large ivory pipe. The bowl of the pipe, carved as a large, mighty dwarven hand holding the embers themselves. And he looks at you all and he says,
Brielle spoke quite highly of you all in her letter. She doesn't speak such praise often. I admit I've been eager to meet you all.
He gestures to the box of tobacco on the desk, and he kind of gestures you all to come forward closer to him, and he continues.
Come, let's sit and enjoy the finest bourbon-soaked tobacco from the outer fields of Sunspell.
And you see he begins kind of pulling out smaller pipes, 14 pipes to be exact. The smaller pipes are also carved from ivory, but feature various runic symbols. And he continues,
I can tell a lot about a person by the pipe they pick. If you'll indulge an old dwarf, I'm curious what each of you will pick. I only have one rule, and that is you can't discuss the options between yourselves.
and he kind of smiles and chuckles to himself a bit.
I assume my detect magic is gone by now. It's been
Yeah.
longer than 10 minutes.
But you would notice that there's nothing magical in the box that he just pulled those out of. You would have noticed that. Like, there's nothing magical about anything in the box or anything.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
I will step forward and prepare to pick a pipe and
All
say, thank you, Lord Kareviss. It is much appreciated. Brielle speaks very highly of you as well. We all appreciate the audience you have granted us today. What is it? I've never quite been to Sunspell. What is it that we are looking at here?
So these are the runes that you see on each pipe, and Danny probably has an advantage over everyone. She probably knows what these all already mean. But these are the runes.
That one's Bluetooth.
These are the runes. Each rune is a different pipe. In response to you, Samson, he will say,
Oh, that's not part of the game. You have to pick one.
Oh yes. I'm just gonna. I'm looking at it. I don't know what these. Do I know what these runes are?
if anyone's Arcana proficient, you may roll.
I know all the Arcanas, but not today.
Oh my god, I rolled a 2. But it's a 6!
I rolled an 11.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay. So only Daniel and Esperise are proficient in Arcana?
Brandon, you're not proficient in Arcana?
Nope. He's proficient in building stuff.
Yep.
He just builds it. He doesn't know how it works.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
He's an engineer.
Esperise, I
It's a
am
little different.
so very sorry, but your roll is too low.
What? I rolled a 2. That's not good enough for you?
Samson, you look at these pipes and you kind of examine them in your hands. And you know that the symbols mean harvest, protection, partnership, trust. That's one, partnership and trust. Strength, separation, growth, fertility, need, luck, wealth, journey, disruption, the warrior, and water. And I will put that in chat for everyone so they can see that, because I know you guys are going to be like, what are they again?
I like what's happening.
Interesting.
I know that I can't tell everyone what it is because he explicitly said I shouldn't. I'm gonna make it very known as I look through them that I realize what these are, or at least pretend that I do. And I might even like quietly mouth the words like I'm reading them, and maybe get a few of them right. And then I'm gonna select the warrior.
Okay, so you select the warrior. I'm going to mark that off so that our audience can see which one that was.
Do we need to know what's left on what it looks like, I guess?
You don't know what he picked. You just know that he picked one. The warrior.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you won't know.
So it's not like he picks up a pipe and takes it away. It's that he points to a pipe.
I think I definitely take it and fill it with tobacco.
Samson, you take the warrior, and I have marked the warrior that it has now been taken. So you guys cannot select that symbol.
Okay, so are we So do we select via symbol, or do we tell you which one we want?
You're gonna tell me the
Via
symbol
symbol.
because you don't
Okay.
know what they are.
Okay.
So, Samson, you pick up the warrior symbol, and Kareviss, Lord Kareviss smiles, and he goes, he just like expectantly.
I give him one of these, like a raised eyebrow, and I say, "Glory to the strong," and I prestidigitation to light it up for tobacco use.
Glory to the strong, my friend. An excellent choice. A warrior. A warrior you are. Quite the many tale I'm sure that you have, being in an adventuring party like this. Tell me, what is the greatest creature you've ever felled, warrior?
There was once this amazing creature. I'm not sure if you would be familiar with. It's called an Aberos. Are you familiar with it? It's kind of a mix between a rhinoceros and an elephant, but it's made out of trees. It was quite the fight, but that was many years ago.
Is that a real creature, Daniel?
In my world, it is.
Okay.
In the Feywild, it is.
And it's the truth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Samson tells the truth all the time, so yeah.
That's Samson's relationship to the truth is, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, like, I need to know
No,
if you're trying to lie.
Samson's telling the truth.
Okay.
That was a part of his, but this was thousands of years ago in the Feywild, way back.
Better than the mother.
Well, that is amazing. Perfect.
Who would like to go next?
I'll do it.
Which symbol do you choose, Luden?
All right, Luden's gonna look at all of them. Quickly realize he has no idea what any of this stuff says. And he's just gonna. He looks over at Samson's and he was like, "Wow, well, that one looked like an arrow. I mean, it kind of seemed like it was meant for him." But he looks back at it and he'll do the thing that kind of almost looks like two bows, like this.
Wait, hold on. Let me see what. Here, I'll circle it.
Two arrows like that.
This one?
It's
This
one,
one?
two. It's
Third
the
row first.
Third row.
Or
Yeah,
third-
that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember what it says, but I look disappointed at Luden.
He doesn't care. Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Oh,
That's
no.
so interesting.
This is not good.
No, this. I mean, like, it's kind of creepy. He looks at you. He looks up at you, and he goes,
Harvest. A farmer.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose people do have to eat. Not the most glorious of occupations.
Oh, there are plenty of dangers out in the forest. We farmed for substance. We didn't farm for others. And then he will actually kind of lift up and show the giant scar on his back with his armor.
He just kind of like, he nods and he's like, a worthy scar.
Thank you.
"Who would like to go next?"
I'll go. Urimir walks up. He has no clue what any of this stuff is, so he just grabs one. The top right one.
That looks like this. You can circle too. You should be able to circle the one you want. I've been circling them for you. Like on the little pencil on the side.
You talking about the fish?
Yeah, the fish. It looks like it's going up. Yeah.
This one?
That's the one.
Urimir. Just feel like that, and like the Indiana Jones, where it's like, you have chosen wisely. Urimir. Let's see what you chose. Ooh, okay. All right. You pick up the pipe with that symbol on it, and Belgane's brow furrows. And he looks uncomfortable.
I put it back.
Nope, you've already grabbed it. You've already grabbed it. You've already grabbed it, my friend. And he says,
separation. You separate yourself from many things. Possibly truth. Possibly family.
He just looks
Possibly
down at the
yourself. Needless to say, that is a symbol that does cause concern.
do you just stay quiet, Urimir, and not say anything?
Yeah, it was. You just step back, take a step back.
All right, 3 down.
I'll go. Sorry. All right. Finn walks up and he kind of looks at all of them. He's like, well, that one looks like an F, which is the beginning of my name. So I'll pick that one. Because he's very wise, obviously.
It must be fate.
Oh my goodness. Let's see what you chose. Okay. Okay. He looks at you and he smiles. And he says,
Wealth. Coin. Fortune. I say we may have the most in common.
Really? I mean, of course. Right.
He just kind of like shows the gold on his hands and like kind of gestures to the walls.
I mean, we do both wear ochre.
It's a good color. Wealth. Very, very interesting. Wealth is a good sign that your actions may help with that. And also, successful in me bringing wealth to you and paying you for taking care of our situation. Needless to say, another good symbol to see.
I picked right. Awesome.
you have chosen wisely.
I look to Prayari and go,
Alright, Prayari's gonna just like, up until this point, she's just been leaning against the wall with her eyes kind of shut. So she's gonna...
I can go first if you want to go last.
She like makes herself go over. She looks down at all the pipes and she knows none of what this is.
Which do you
so
pick?
she's gonna pick up the very first one.
The one that looks like a Y? Or like a broken cross or whatever?
Yep. She's a little hungover and she's over it.
He looks up at you and he smiles as you have chosen wisely. And he says,
Protection. A noble, noble trait indeed. Perhaps protecting your friends, or perhaps protecting something lost.
She kind of looks at the rest of the party like, don't let them be hurt.
A noble trait and a noble rune. But what is not known is whether the protection is done selfishly or selflessly. Very.
Does it matter?
Does it?
It gets done.
True. It does. But one always likes to know the motives behind their actions. It is the intriguing part.
She looks lost in a little bit of a memory. And then she's gonna turn and go back to her place on the wall. She says, "Don't always have that luxury."
I'm just beaming with pride.
Esperise. Last but not least.
You described some of the alcoves and stuff on the house. I'm just making a big orange blotch on it as being like squares crossing over each other. Did they look anything like that symbol? Or is that something that my brain totally made up?
Wait, what are you choosing the one you circled?
Yeah, when we were walking up, you said that there was some, like, squares intersecting other squares. I don't know, Esperise thinks this looks like how his house is decorated, so she's going for that one.
Okay. This is great. Okay. He looks at you and just kind of, like, looks you up and down and just kind of, like, nods as if, yeah, that makes sense. And he says,
I want to see your faces. Hold on. Fertility.
Okay.
Another very interesting, an interesting selection. Perhaps a mother you wish to be, or perhaps a mother you miss. That is no longer with you. Or perhaps you. There is some uniqueness. There is something different. While being fertile, there is something about who and what.
Does Esperise look uncomfortable?
Probably.
Yeah, well, she looks very polite. Like, she's not going like, oh, but she's...
I'm gonna interrupt and be like, Lord Kareviss, which one did you so choose? And I try to look at the pipe he's already got. Trying to get a sense of which one he has. I just want to interrupt this really awkward shit this weird dude is doing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what did you choose? What did you choose, Lord Kareviss? What will you smoke with us today?
he just kind of nods and he shows, the giant dwarven hand that he's smoking with. And he, hold on. He looks down and he says,
thank you for indulging me. I know it's not necessarily typical greeting you get from an individual, but like I said, I feel like I get to know people a little bit better when they choose. But let us get to business. I'm sure you are all eager to get to business.
What is on his pipe? I need to know.
it's just a dwarven hand.
Oh, he didn't choose a pipe too?
No, it's his game.
Oh, well, that's cool. What an asshole. That's fine. What a dick. Like, oh, you didn't know something about all of us, but not about you.
So okay, he did choose, because now we know he's a dick.
And now he chose violence.
I'm divining something about you. You're an asshole. Did I get it right?
Oh, that's right. Out of character.
Inception.
Yeah. I pressed digitate.
See.
Everybody's pipes.
Asshole.
So.
Okay. I will take the pipe and I'm gonna start presentationing up some like smoke rings and I make one look like a boat, like I'm Gandalf, because that's what I'm here for.
He just kind of sits down and gestures for you all to sit and make yourselves comfortable. And he says,
So, Brielle has told me you are able to solve our issue down in the vaults. She spoke very highly of your skill set, and assures that you will be able to take care of the creature.
Oh, yes, that's absolutely correct. Brielle speaks truthfully of us. In fact, we helped her with one of her old excursions, an archaeological one, where she was. And yes, we absolutely are. That's kind of why we're here. Is there anything you can tell us about the creature?
Well, I can tell you, everything was fine until we began to expand lower into the earth. The excavation team found what looked to be a small, old, narrow tunnel. Probably an old purple worm tunnel. Our family fought scores of them ages ago when they inhabited the bowels of this mountain.
That must have been very difficult for you. When's the last time you saw a purple worm?
Oh, I haven't seen one in my time, but it is known from our history that that is something that we had faced.
I understand. It's quite a dangerous situation. I myself have never seen a purple worm in person, but you know what? I don't think it's a challenge we can't handle.
That's good to hear. Unfortunately, people have continued to go missing, and there is a small group that stays in for surveillance. We make sure to swap out guards at various times throughout the day, for intel purposes, as well as keeping a vigilant eye on the situation. More so, though, for the minds of our guards. If left too long in the vaults, they begin to act strangely, saying odd things.
That is a very interesting thing you just said there, Lord Kareviss. Is that something I should be concerned about? Is that new? Is that something I should say? I know the vaults are a place of deep and powerful magics, and it's a credit to you for taking care of it as it is. But is that something that's new to the vaults, or is that something that's always been?
That is something new. As I said, everything was fine until we began to expand lower into the earth. And when we found that tunnel, that is essentially when the oddities began to occurring. People going missing.
How long has this been going on? I do want to preface all this. I know I have a lot of questions, but that's because I want to help you, and we here, we want to do our very best to do what we can for you. Brielle spoke very highly of you in the vaults, and honestly, we think that it's a place that Aurora needs, and that's kind of why we're here.
he will nod gratefully. And so this has been going on for like a couple weeks, I believe, since you left Aurora, maybe like month and a half, maybe well, 4 weeks to like a month and a half.
Could you perhaps elaborate, just so we have the clearest possible vision, when you say that people begin to act strangely after too long in the vault? Is there a specific way they behave? It's a certain amount of hours before it begins?
There isn't. It is very strange that it's. It would be simpler and easier to understand if I could tell you that every hour that they are in the vaults, they act strangely, but it varies. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 6. It's almost...
I imagine it has something to do with the constitution of the individual, or the power of the mind, perhaps.
There are also reports of people hearing things in the walls, moving.
What do they say?
What Oh, they say all kinds of strange things. They're forgetful. They say things that are out of character.
Anything specifically?
Nothing consistent. It's not as though they say the same thing together. They all say different things.
Does it seem perhaps that someone else is speaking through them, or is it just...
No, it's them. They just seem to have a screw loose.
Madness is a terrible thing. Oh, go ahead, Luden.
Do they stay this way after they leave the vaults, or do they revert back to normal after a while outside of the vaults?
Well, that's the thing, is they seem fine when they leave, and they seem to be fine sometimes and fine and not fine others. It's very confusing. As I'm sure that you're coming to understand. We are quite confused by it as well.
Have you made any efforts to get into the vaults at this time to discover what the issue is, and have they borne any fruit? Do you have any suspicion of what could have been? I know the assault on the mind is a difficult thing to trace, but have your scouts or recon come up with anything? A place we should go other than the narrow tunnel?
I know that we just sent a group in further into the vault to investigate further once more. You'll most likely know more when you arrive. Perhaps they've returned already, perhaps they are still further within the vaults. But recently we have sent an additional team.
No, it's a creature.
We think it might be. We're not sure. Creature, ghost. It's definitely something.
Could be some kind of... If they're breathing something in the mines, and then or in the vaults, and when they come out they're fine. It could be something like that.
Are there any remains of the people that have disappeared, or do they just disappear without a trace?
They disappear without a trace. Although some people disappear without a trace, and some bodies are found.
Bodies are found?
Yes.
And what do they look like?
They look... to have struggled. But there usually isn't any blood.
I imagine them...
No, wait, no marks or scratches or...
There are sometimes marks.
I imagine they look dead, otherwise they'd be called people, not bodies.
Well, clearly Samson.
Sure, but like fang marks or claw marks or anything.
So if there is no blood, does it feel... is there any evidence of blunt force trauma, asphyxiation, bruising, weathering, or does it just appear that they are rumpled, whole, but dead?
Let me backtrack, because I'm looking at what it is now. There would be no marks.
No marks at all.
There would be no marks.
No marks at all.
Well, this is quite strange, Lord Kareviss, but I don't think it's anything beyond what we're capable of dealing with. And I think Brielle sent you the right way. I believe that we can certainly help you out with all of this. It is what's best for Roy and best for all of us. I would
Of course, and there is the...
We should talk
method
terms.
Of payment, yes.
Yeah, terms, yes. Is there a standard offer on the table for the liberation of these vaults at the current time?
I can give you 5,000 gold pieces.
It's a lie.
I'm gonna look around at the group and gauge their reaction to that.
We know that I am sure the vaults have been struggling in this time. A great source of income has been cut off. It is not safe, to have visitors. There might be certain things that we are interested in that would not place a further financial burden upon you.
Are you suggesting that there is something else you would like?
We absolutely are, yes.
Well, what do you desire?
Samson looks very upset. We believe that
I'm going to make eye contact with Samson. Does he want to do this, or does he want me to do it?
No, I'll do it. We have it. He doesn't want to, but he's here for it. We have it under good authority, and through our various histories researches, that a member of the Celestia set, who has been gone and lost for a great period of time, resides within the vaults. And in lieu of the gold piece reward, and without the promise of payment, we would ask that you release him into our custody.
Is that the end of what you're saying?
In lieu of payment, we ask that you release Cassius into our custody. Oh, we believe that he's here, etc., etc. That is the
etc. He actually says
closing arguments.
etc.
And
no, really, what do you want?
I know, sir, it does sound very silly. I have only been traveling with them a short while, but they do very firmly believe in this. And considering the lack of payment, yes.
I personally have record of every hero down in that vault. Every hero of note, and I can assure you, no member of the Celestia set is down in that vault. Nor would I let you wake them, if we did. It's ridiculous. There's no Celestia set down there. Oh.
Wait, what do you mean you would not let us wake them? If they are not down there, then are you 100% certain that they are not down there?
They're not. The Celestia set, yes. We, of course, the heroes, the legendary hero that's written in the stars by Vera herself. Enough with this folly, please. Let
Lord Kareviss. And I produced the contract. I placed it on the table in front of him, slide it over. Say, Lord Kareviss, I know that the mines are in financial turmoil, having been closed for 6 to 8 weeks. I don't want you to spend extra gold if you don't want to, and we are more than capable of taking care of your threat. I slide the contract over that reads that we'll take care of whatever threat is there, so that the vaults can reopen in exchange for Cassius, should he exist in the vaults. Says, and I say, we both know that he's not in there. I know that you know that. So in exchange, all I'm asking for is that if he is, you release him to me. You know he's not. Basically, it's free work. If he's in there, you give him to us. And that's all.
Free work. And you'll clear it out.
It will be as if you just opened it tomorrow.
Right. I suppose if you wish to work for free, I can indulge in this fantasy.
I agree, it's quite a big risk for us. But this is something of a passion project of mine specifically, but all of us in general. And there's quite a lot we'd be willing to risk for the opportunity to find Cassius. And if we do while we're down there, we only ask that you give him to us.
That's a very interesting proposition. Are you all well?
They are just very hopeful people in my experience.
Between you and me, Lord Kareviss, this has been going on for years. We've been looking for Cassius, and this is the best lead we've got so far. Honestly, if we can't find him down here, I might give up the search. At least I can move on with my life then.
Well, he picks up the contract and kind of rolls it up. I suppose I can entertain the idea.
How much money are you losing a day?
Oh, no, that's none of your concern.
Do you have a legal representative?
Do I need a legal representative?
No, this is not my question. I'm sorry. Common is not my first language. To sign a contract so that we may begin work. Would you like to have a legal representative present?
No,
Shall we bring it before...
This is fine. I'd rather not let anyone laugh at me for this ridiculous notion.
Well, then sign it and give it back.
He signs it, and he rolls it up, and he hands it back.
I'm gonna check the signature.
It says Donald Duck. No,
Legally speaking, that would still be binding.
I give the contract to Luden.
And he'll take it, and I'll just say, thank you. I'll keep this in my records.
Of course.
Lord Kareviss, you've made a wise choice today. Even if we don't find what we're looking for, you've earned yourselves a free set of vaults. We will probably begin our search in the morning, a day to prepare. Is there anyone we should talk to? Anyone who's got first-hand knowledge of this creature that we should probably speak with?
Yes, you can speak to Sienna. She is down in the vault, and you will meet her at the entrance. Once you make your way inside.
We will certainly find our way to her. Thank you, Lord Kareviss. I believe this will be a profitable venture for the both of us. Is there anything else I should know?
I've told you everything I can.
Lord Kareviss, if I may, I only have one question. How are we to speak to your guards when we walk down there? Do we just let them know that, or are you going to handle that in preparation? Do we need a letter from you?
Oh, I will give word.
Thank you.
And you will be escorted.
Lord Kareviss, you are more than kind, and we rely on your honor in this situation, and we look forward to serving you with as much righteous trust that we possibly can.
Yes, of course. Although I do find you quite... It's very odd. I do find it very odd, but... By all means...
Oh, do allow us our eccentricities. I don't know how to say that word.
Eccentricities.
Yeah, eccentricities. That's the one. Please, Lord Kareviss. We may be weird, but we're the weird people you need.
Well, thank you. My Pennick, we'll see you out.
At that, I'll stand to leave.
Luden will place the pipe back down on the thing and go, thank you, give a slight bow, and then a glory to the strong, and then start to follow Samson out the door.
Give my pipe back. And then as soon as I can, I would like to fall into step with Samson and start messaging into his head. Unless other things are happening first.
Oh no, you guys are leaving the estate. You're welcome. You're welcome to communicate with one another.
I'm just messaging to Samson because I don't really want to say this out loud. So essentially, we only need the contract to convince the Waker, and then we just sneak him out of there because I do not believe that man will actually follow through on the contract. But hopefully, we can convince the Waker of it.
I do not respond to that at all. 0% response. Like if that's how you feel, you should have said something earlier before you were mean to me.
Never mean to you.
Luden will tap Samson on the back and be like, thank you. Very well done. Could not have done it. I have one more favor to ask of you. Do you have a way to contact Kaya? I think this is something that I would love to tell all of the Sparrowhawks, just in case if we need any backup on the way back up, or so that it is known legally. Get this piece of paper to the proper authorities.
Who has that stone? I think Finn has it, right? Or do I have it?
Oh, I think that's me.
I think Finn's got it.
Yeah, I think I do have it.
So I look at Luden, who's has the audacity to speak to me still.
The audacity.
The audacity, and I say, "Yeah, we can get in touch with Kaya. I believe that Finn has a stone. If you'll talk to him, he'll be able to get you touched. That is a wise idea, Luden. We should tell someone."
I'll get it from Finn later.
Samson, I think we were right.
You and me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think he's gonna let us just walk out with him. He literally said that.
He did say that. But we have a piece of paper that says he won't, and that he will let us leave with it. With Cassius, him, I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
So
I am like Samson is visibly mad.
Samson is purple.
Color me purple.
Color me
I was
purple.
hoping to get it signed in front of witnesses, but that did not feel like a thing we could do.
So, you guys make your way back out into the tunnels of Digbrand and begin making your way to the vaults. Is that correcto?
Do we want to drop off Snog?
Yeah, probably.
Probably good.
Yeah, we should drop off Snork and run by the magic shop, see if there's anything to protect from madness or stuff inside.
I think we should have asked to see if we could see the bodies. I don't mean to sound morbid, but no scars, no blood. It's weird, right?
I very much doubt that Lord Kareviss has seen the bodies. Probably if we speak to the guards, the people who are down there, they would know more.
Who knows? We might end up seeing some ourselves. So,
What do you think we're walking into?
Nothing fun.
hopefully just like a little purple worm.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I think we'll be fine. I think it's just I think that it's one of these things they're not prepared to deal with it, but we'll be fine. we have Esperise. She's the far fly from hell. She can take anything from down under.
Thank you.
I don't know.
All right.
Do you think Belgain will watch Snonk?
Sure.
If we ask him to.
There's like a pet hotel in the city that we could take it to.
You can take it back to the Hall of Brilliance? Or no, what was it? The
earthen basin.
The mud. Yeah.
Just leave him at the
Yeah,
spa.
leave him
for
in
a
a
couple
spa.
days.
Let him have a lot of fun.
I'm gonna in whatever prep we do, I'm just gonna consistently be giving Luden the same look that I gave Urimir for like 4 sessions.
4 sessions.
Like 4 sessions worth. Like, oh yeah, Gravere's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna give that look to Luden all the time.
At some point, Luden's gonna be like, "You do realize we all voted on this, right? And you lost."
Yeah, I just give the double birds. Like,
We lost. I also.
I know
We
it's
lost.
not a perfect plan, but your plan put someone in danger, and we didn't come up with another one. So
Who's to say this one's not going to put anyone in danger?
it's not. The idea is it's not going to put anyone who didn't volunteer to be in danger. I'm not saying it's a perfect plan. I am very worried about it. I just don't want anyone to get hurt.
I think we're already committed to this. I don't know if it matters what we could have done now. So maybe we should just make the best of it. Yeah?
We just need to convince the Waker to do it. That's the only person the paper needs to work on.
And actually, I'm gonna go all the way back. I want to go back to the Fuzzy Naval Inn, and I want to tell what's his name?
Belgain?
Yeah, Belgain's over the city, or a noble in the city. Let's let him know. The contract signed. We just got from there.
Technically, he is from a noble house, right?
Yeah,
The
and
Vigors?
it's a pretty big one, right next to his.
The Vigors, yeah.
Let's let a noble know. Before
That's
we
a
go
really
on.
good idea.
I like it. Yeah.
I like this idea a lot.
That everyone despises, but okay, we'll try it.
And at the end of the day, they still treat him with respect.
Hey, yeah, Belgain is my favorite character ever right now.
Finn and
Is there-
Samson just exchange a look.
Yes. we don't believe that at all. 0%. Is there anything in the magic shop that will help against mental madness protections? Like, I'm just looking for like aluminum helmets or something.
I need to know exactly what you want. Like,
I think anything that would help protect or prevent psychic damage, I would say.
to help or prevent psychic damage.
Yeah.
We'll say that there are potions of psychic resistance that you can buy.
Oh, okay. I'll take.
What about a little hat that looks like a tiny frog?
Yep, that's really what we're here for.
We will say that there are.
Effect needed just a frog.
We will say that there are three potions of psychic resistance.
I will buy them. I will buy them all.
All right, they are going to be 120 gold apiece.
I buy them all.
Okay.
I give them to Esperise, Finn, and Praeria.
After Luden talks to Belgain, I want to go to the bank, and I want to talk to a notary, and I want to give the notary the contract that was signed. I would like to go through official channels and say, can you hold on to this for us, please?
Yeah, let's go freaking tell everybody.
I don't want
to go down there.
You guys are just like
As-
the crazy people like, the end is nigh! The end is nigh!
As
This is in the vaults.
February 30th is coming!
as a former notary public, I know they can't notarize it without witnessing the signature.
I know, but am I going to be able to get that guy out of his house? That's the thing. Can I get the notary to come with me to that guy's house? I don't think he's gonna let me in.
But like I said, I'd just go tell Belgain, and I'll be like, do we want to leave the contract with him?
You tell Belgain, and like he of course thinks that you're joking. He doesn't.
Even with the signature?
No, he thinks that the possibility that Cassius is alive is a joke.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah. Be like, well, if it is a joke, I feel like we're the butt of it. So, do you mind?
What do you want him to do?
Keeping the contract.
Keep it? Yeah, he'll keep
just
it.
Keep it safe. Cool.
He'll keep it.
That's all I need. All right. Everybody ready?
Let's keep Snonk at the earthen basin. That was a good idea. Maybe they'll take
that. I think that. How much did I say? It was like 2 gold or something.
I think he was like 1 gold. 1 gold because he's an animal.
Because he's an animal. That's right. So 1 gold for Snonk to pitter patter in the with Mountain in the mud puddles.
Yeah, I was about to say I gave him 1 more gold.
I make it 2 for Volpa.
I will give 1 extra gold and be like, make sure the pig is well taken care of.
Also, it's been about 2 months and a couple days. Snonk is getting bigger. Snonk evolves.
Snonk levels up.
Snonk has gained weight. Within the end of the month, Finn, it will be very difficult for you to pick up and hold Snonk.
I just got my Ergo baby.
Okay, but when does Snonk gain his level in Warlock?
I mean, we can help him out. Like, let me introduce you to Sam.
Oh my god.
All right.
So, are you ready to make your way to the Slumbering Vaults?
Let's do it.
I believe we are, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So,
wait, I pick up my +1 studded leather.
Oh my god, I never priced that.
We'll do it later, but I
Okay.
pick it up.
I think we had it before with like 45 or 78 gold, something like that.
No, it's not 78 gold. This is a +1 studded leather. Your studded leather was 75. This is a +1. This is going to be much more expensive than just regular studded.
I pick it up. We'll deal with it later. We go to the vaults.
Okay. Okay, so let's begin. You begin your way to the Slumbering Vaults. The platform lowers once more as you begin your descent. You are joined by the escort that Lord Kareviss has provided. And the platform begins to lower. Into the vaults, or into the tunnels toward the vaults. They stop and you look ahead at the long winding tunnel before you, and the platform ferryman opens the gate off the platform for you to disembark. The tunnel is dark. The light from the torches along the walls seem to push back from the darkness. Or it seems to be pushed back from the darkness, I apologize. You continue onward down the tunnel and are met by a massive vault door. The door is shut and is currently guarded by 10 dwarven guards. And the entrance is lit by 6 large braziers.
Hey, real quick, what's a brazier?
I've been saying this for sessions, and you've never known what a brazier is?
I mean, I didn't think it would come up a bunch, but now it's
It's important now.
It's basically like a very large fire
It's a
pit.
It's a fire pit.
But
Okay,
it's usually made out of
it.
like metal. But it's essentially a very large fire pit of sorts.
Okay, I thought I knew what it was, and apparently I was wrong.
It's not a brazier. It's a brazier. Although it does look like it's spelled like brazier. You're met at the front of the vault, and another dwarf kind of approaches as you walk up with the group as well as the escort. And he looks at the escort and nods. And then you see the escort hand over a rolled piece of parchment, and he reads it, and he looks back at the escort, and then back at you, and then rolls it up, and he goes, Kareviss said you'd be arriving. Shouldn't be more than a few hours in the vaults. It tends to play tricks on your mind if you stay too long. You all ready?
Sure.
Nope.
When was the last time? This is the escort, right? When was the last time you've been inside?
I've been inside once since the incident.
Did you see anything?
I didn't. The other dwarf walks up and like begins to like move some levers. And then the massive door begins to slowly rotate at the command of your entrance. While what looked to be one large dial, many smaller ringlets within the door begin to twist within each other, swirling. As it unlocks, you hear this large stone of a mechanism kind of grinding and ramming as it turns, ramming into each other as it finishes, and the door begins to roll into an alcove slot within the frame, and it just rolls into that alcove. You walk in, and as you walk in, the familiar sounds of the door mechanism grind behind you. The light of the braziers outside is snuffed as the door locks, locking you into the Slumbering Vaults. Whatever lurks here, you are both in the same vicinity now. You enter into this large and grand atrium. There is a short but wide hallway that leads down to a ring desk with a large globe carved from the ceiling and hanging down. This looks to be a hub where visiting individuals would check in upon arrival. There are a series of doors that spiral out from this hub. About 20 dwarves have turned this area into a makeshift outpost of sorts. Supplies, tents, and weapons are stationed here temporarily. The ceiling domes and arches depicted on it, you see a variety of scenes. Only could describe this as they're all different as personal heavens. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
All right.
Personal
Dope.
heavens.
It's about to go down.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the Slumbering Vaults.
This is so cool. It's like, all right, we're doing the thing now. Okay, guys.
Plot.
Yeah.
Like you goofed off long enough. Here's some stuff to do.
Yeah.
Here's
like, oh yeah, we're like an adventuring party, aren't we? We gotta go solve problems and save lives and stuff.
So
only every third week.
Let me thank all of our new followers. Let me see. Before we raid here. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Initiative League. I've been reading your comments while I've been DMing here. And
Bloodbath and Beyond kind of.
Yes, I was like the name of the stores. Victoria's Secret Potions. Bloodbath and Beyond. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. I love that. But yes, let me thank you so much for that. That was fun to read through in the comments during the session. Oh, they say awesome role playing all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Big Boy Orca. Big Boy Orca.
Big Boy Orca.
Thank you, Literal Nick, for the follow. Thank you, of course, Heloidy, for the resub. Thank you, The Great Big Geek, for the resub at 3 months. Thank you, Matt4436, for the follow. Lawful Stupid RPG, our best buddies. Thank you so much for the raid of 26. We love you guys, and we like. I wish there was more that I could say, but we really do appreciate everything that you do and just continuing to raid us and support us. We just love you guys so much, and we thank you. Thank you, John Smith 1000 for the follow. Thank you, Gregory D 1974 for the follow. Daniel Hodges 7. Oh, I wonder who that is. For the resub at 3 months. And thank you so much, 514 for the follow. Thank you so much. I'm gonna find us before I find us someone to raid. I just want to talk a moment about our other shows. So remember, or Tuesdays, which is tomorrow, obviously. Tomorrow we have our Through the Breach Malifaux campaign, and Deanna, she is in that campaign. It's not D&D, it is completely different, very steampunk, kind of like gothic, creepy, horror-esque. That show is on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Wednesday, we have our Curse of Strahd campaign that we are starting. It's our new mini-series. They just wrapped up Rime of the Frost Maiden, and we are starting Curse of Strahd this Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Raina and I will be playing as guest players in that game. Daniel DMs it, and then of course Brandon, he also is a regular player in that game as well. So you can catch that on Wednesday. We're very excited about that show. We also have on Fridays we have Short Rest, where we play video games and we just chill and relax and take a break from our very busy week and just hang out with you guys and just play games and chat and just chill. And so that's our Short Rest show that we do on Fridays. If you enjoyed our show, please consider following or using that free Twitch Prime sub if you have, or subbing. That helps support us and all the content that we create. So yeah, who are we rating? Did Daniel find us someone to rate, or do I need to call?
I did. I know. I put someone in the chat. Everyone, make sure that you tell your friends to follow during Iron Valor on Wednesday, because we want to make sure we get to 500 during that stream, so we can be proud of Iron Valor that it got to 500.
Or you can follow during Twisted Veil as well, which is tomorrow.
No. I mean, you can.
We are 6 followers away from our goal. We are so close.
Six people away. Do it on Iron Valor on Wednesday so we can have bragging.
Or other option is Tuesday Twisted Veil.
Okay,
is
that's
another
fine too.
option.
You know what? I would prefer we get on Twisted Veil. That's true, because that's tomorrow and not Wednesday. So yes, either is fine. But tell your friends so that you can come follow us, and we can give money away to a charity. It'd be great.
Yes. This is a charity live stream.
This is more important.
We're going to be doing a one-shot adventure. And again, once we reach 500, we're going to let everyone vote on what the theme of that one shot is going to be. It's either going to be Regency for your Bridgerton fans, Labyrinth, we've got Neverland, we've got Sailor Moon, possibly Cyberpunk. I think Alice in Wonderland is another one that's on the table. We have a couple on the table, and we're going to let you guys vote and pick. And then we were going to have a crazy, fun one-shot. If you haven't seen our Christmas one-shot, it is friggin' hilarious. You can check that out if you are a subscriber and have access to our VODs. I don't know if it's still on here. If it's not on our Twitch, you can still go to our YouTube and check it out on our YouTube channel, which is !YouTube, if you want to check that out. It's hilarious. My mic didn't work for the first 12 minutes, and I think it was the first 12 minutes. So you might have to skip forward, but it is hilarious. You don't miss out on anything because I'm in the middle of announcements, but definitely go check that out. So funny. So we are gonna raid Dungeon Knights. Please give them lots of love. Tell them Ink and Lyre sent you. Give them some snog cards, some huzzah mugs, some nat 20s, and just share that love and just continue to push that forward in our amazing Dungeons and Dragons community. We love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow for Twisted Veil. All right, I'm going to initiate the raid now, and we will see. Wait, hold on. Everyone's gearing up to raid, gearing up to raid, gearing up to raid. All right, we will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.